thanks for the wait, guys. We're back again. Hopefully, it's not choppy. If it is, we'll probably have to run with this for a little bit to see if it might be an internet option or internet issue here at the hotel.
But your racks are over there.
Correct.
Normal, got it. Awesome,
Do you have
sweet.
any way to, like, redeploy?
So, looks like I
Or,
just
like,
had to
pick up
reset
units or
everything.
anything?
My system's probably up all night,
Shoe racks.
just running. So, they're still setting up, and I'm
They're T4.
So
Yeah,
Mark-
not by the Homunculus.
Mark is still
5 up, 5 up, -1 damage.
his text is still kind of crazy. Let me see if we can look a little bit better here. Okay. Hopefully that's legible on the top name. So basically it's Team Battle Brothers for Mark. He goes by Gator. He's playing Admic today. And Jared is playing Drukhari or Dark Eldar today. They're starting at both 10 and 9 CP respectively. So they're still setting up and they're kind of jumping back and forth between what the models are. They've already decided their secondaries.
An Incubi squad and an Archon.
So when that happens is we'll talk to them and say, hey, what are your secondaries? So that way the viewers at home will know what the secondaries are for today. But welcome back, guys, and sorry for the technical difficulties we had this morning. So
This one's Qatar Vanguard Squad back over here.
is Raven and D-Love, you guys are
Back over here.
troopers. Welcome back, Obscure. And no, thank you for checking out the stream, Obscure. I do appreciate you jumping in to watch.
That's the shooty priest or the melee
And
priest?
hopefully the internet
Shooty priest over there.
cooperates
Good me.
with me today. Yeah, the bitrate is a little bit on the lower side today, so
All touching the cover.
Sounds good.
And that's my I'm dropped.
How you playing?
and again
Oh,
today
sorry,
we don't
not
have a
dropped.
dedicated
So they're down.
commentator, so it'll just be me. In terms of the list, I think you could look up the list in the BSP app.
50.
Have a bit of a dogfight. This guy.
But I don't know if you'd be able to move 14 and get line of sight. We'll just make it simpler. And put them back.
Back there.
Here. Go back here. So you shouldn't be able to get line of sight to them.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I have to get.
There's 12 inches up here.
How many inches away is he right now? That's just the easy way to.
Let's see.
If you're 48 away.
No, I'm just trying to figure out the line of sight from like
Okay.
the wall. So the that boat can move what 14 inches?
14. So this is the gumbo. You
Right
get
here.
there. Is that even 36? Yes.
Yes,
I would be able to see.
that's fine. But we'll just put them right here anyways.
Sounds good to me. The plane is back here.
That's back there. Okay.
Hoping I go first. Yeah. Basically. Actually, let me.
Oh yeah, sure thing, Raven. Once they get rock and rolling, we'll jump to the top-down single camera view. That way you guys can see all the action.
Right?
Yep. And it can bomb and fly off.
Yep.
So the viewers are wanting the top-down camera as the whole scene or for the whole screen.
Okay.
So once you guys start rocking and rolling after tells what your secondaries are, we're gonna jump to the top.
Okay.
That'll be the only thing that's active.
Are those incubi?
Yes.
Nice. But not touching the river.
Correct.
3 of armor save on them?
Yep.
Hey,
So that's the A menu.
Focini?
right
Yep.
over there?
my programmers didn't include AdMech in the list of options to pick, so that's why it says Astra
That
Militarium.
exploding 6 guy.
In the notes under his name, I marked down AdMech. So I do want to apologize for that. Hey VGRA, are you asking if it's top table? Oh, in terms of the rankings, I do not know.
No.
This is not the top table.
We're
Okay.
table 7.
Okay, so not the top table.
We are both undefeated.
We are both on.
Oh, okay. So they're both undefeated,
Alright, so,
but they are not the top table. VGR in the
On
house.
this right there. You should have size 6-1 bunch of stuff. Alright, cool.
So hopefully that answers your
well,
question,
first round is
VGR.
the one that matters.
That's the one that matters.
Good luck, good sir.
Yes. These dice that have no pregame shenanigans.
Yep, I do though.
So you guys done setting up?
Yep, yep.
Sweet. If you don't mind telling the viewers at home what your secondaries are,
Certainly.
then we can just rock and roll.
My secondaries are engaged in all fronts, while we stand we fight, and assassinate.
And
Sweet.
I'm taking Herd the Prey, While We Stand We Fight, and Bring It Down.
Awesome. So there we go, guys.
You want to just roll that?
First
Yeah,
turn, and I'm gonna switch over
You
to
go first,
Alright,
sir.
so I'm going first. Good luck, Jerry.
Good luck.
camera.
Alright, so I
Oh
got
no,
some pregame
somebody
moves to do.
moved
Yeah.
the camera.
Alright, that was big.
All right.
That was big indeed.
Well,
Yeah.
luckily everybody can see what's going on.
This is-
I'll try my best to keep in mind if on the bottom left corner they're doing some action right there, I'll move the score marker. And I will shrink this guy here a little bit
My next trick.
just to
This
get him
guy's
out of the way.
gonna move 9 inches and grab this objective.
All right.
This guy's gonna move up 9
So off to the
inches.
races.
Over here.
He has Fly, right?
He does not have fly,
Okay.
but there's a 9-inch pregame move. It ignores the. It's not a normal move. It's just a 9-inch move. This guy's
Streamers at home telling you guys good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Could have used that before the first turn roll off.
You guys don't need it. You guys are both undefeated.
No, he needed it.
I needed it.
Oh, you need
He needed to
it.
go first really bad.
Did he?
Does the plane have an invul save?
It does. 5 up.
And 12 wounds?
Yep.
It's gonna die. I'm gonna try and kill it at least. Anyways, the plane is gonna move. Wait, start my turn. Mechanicals of the Omniscia. I'm going to pick. I go up to 8 CP. I'm going to just pick cover save. I'm just gonna pick cover save.
Okay. And you only pick once per game. Is that correct?
No.
But you can pick once.
No, I can't pick the same one.
One twice.
I
But
can't
you,
pick the same one twice, but I can keep picking this. I can always just keep picking the. I can always pick the same one. I can't pick the same one unless I spend 2 CP.
okay.
But I can randomly roll for it and get it.
Okay. But you can pick each turn.
Yeah, I can pick each turn.
Okay.
So this guy's gonna move. If he pivots just a little bit.
I'm also giving you guys official EV dice
Oh, nice.
made by Chessex, so they're.
So he's gonna move
Completely
over
legal.
here.
You don't have to use them. You can do whatever you want. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
You just fly up over
this is
here.
for the streamers.
Oh yeah. I'll roll
Cool, cool,
for
cool.
advances and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
No
Appreciate
reason
that.
not to.
So he's gonna drop his bombs on those incubi.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, I'm
But
back.
that happens at
Just
the end
handed
of
off
the phase.
some custom
I'll
EBIT
be
dice.
advanced, He's on the table, right?
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so now.
Danny's telling you, let's go Gator. Danny Reynolds, I guess.
This guy's gonna move up over
And
here.
so yeah.
So there's witches in that one.
Which isn't that?
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight.
So this one's gonna move up 10 inches over here.
Highlight Gator
Sounds
here,
good.
so that way you guys know
So
that he
he can
won the
only see
roll off.
that,
So he's
one of those witches.
at the top of the turn.
Before it moves, I'm just gonna hop out the manipulus over here.
Okay.
Just so he can get
Speaking
any
about
buffs.
Skittles,
I'm gonna advance these guys. He doesn't give me any buffs yet.
what is this?
Because his buffs only happen at the start of the turn.
Posted
Well, I
a
can pick them at the
link.
start of the turn. You can't pick them at
No
the
links.
turn.
No links here,
So
buddies.
these guys are gonna move 8 inches. So they're just gonna move 6 inches.
Moobot. My Moobot is like on the normal standard setting, so it's gonna stop
So they're not
links
down.
and crazy spams and such.
Gonna move these guys. Gonna move up over here onto the train
Sounds good.
so that they can see Mr. Zoom Zoom.
Yep.
And they can also see that boat over there.
Okay.
The one with the witches. But I see that Zoom Zoom. So these guys are gonna move 10 inches. This guy get onto. Oh, that is a plane. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Move up 10 inches over here. So this guy can see that boat over there.
Okay.
This guy won't be able to. Then I move 10 inches, 10 inches. They can both see the plane.
That also, I don't know if you guys noticed, on
Move
the
advance these,
bottom
we're gonna
right
move advance
side,
the ponies first.
in the hotel
Uh,
room, one of the
inches.
lights went out on the ceiling, and I called for them to replace it, but they didn't
And I
replace it in
can
time for us to start
You
the
wanna
game. So I
get a
told them they
reason
can't
marker
replace it
for
until
that?
Sure.
after we get done with the game.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it
Advance
doesn't
these
change the quality
11
of
inches.
the image that you guys are getting from the top too much. Top view, sorry.
Use these little blue dice for that. Maybe.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Sounds good to me.
Give you these.
Also, it looks like I got a lot of shout outs to do for people
for yonder.
following us. Well, thanks for the follow, guys. Looks like from since yesterday, I got a lot more
But it's only as indirect.
coming
Only the
into
indirect.
today. I think
But you can find those.
VGR followed.
Alright,
Thanks for
this
following
guy
Snowbound.
moves 12 inches over
Guy
here.
Capleton, Solitaire, John Serd, Neil Kerr,
Move well within those. Alright. So we're
Kanaj,
gonna move and advance the
Felix,
Thomas first. Move
Kraus,
7 inches.
XXYQTS,
Here, he'll just touch cover.
Razor Fate,
So he's
Jimba,
within 6 of all of these.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's gonna move up
Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe.
not quite
No, I
12
should have read that.
inches.
Yeah, Zimbabwe,
Over here,
JP
so you can
Cass,
shoot that at the end of that if he needs to.
Mac Cass, V,
And this guy will just
Crafty
come back over
STR,
yonder.
Strength, maybe, I guess. Fuccini, Luke, the Disco Boy, Watashi 71,
So you can
Marte
also blast him with that,
123.
He is outside range from that boat.
Right? Sunblind, yeah.
Gonna advance
Gotta
his
love
target.
the random
Right, so
spammers
9
that jump in.
inches.
And definitely appreciate you guys waking up early Saturday morning to tune
So
in.
I'm on a bunch of objectives on every table
Start off
corner.
the day right.
I've got nothing to do at the. Oh,
Hopefully you
on this
guys had a
boat.
good,
That's much
balanced breakfast,
better. We'll move up 10 inches over here.
because I did not.
I could advance it.
Yeah, this
Could
is
advance it.
pretty
We'll
early
advance
for
it.
some people, you know, like, especially in the
6 more inches.
tournament scene, dragging
Just
people
look up
out
over
to
here.
get here in a reasonable hour.
Just like there. Just doesn't ruin, so it can do whatever it needs.
You know, for me, it's not too
There's
early.
8
You know,
guys in
my
that squad.
my normal job, I wake up a lot earlier than this, but you know, if you're streaming all day
Okay,
and getting home
okay,
late, having to come
okay.
back, it's pretty early.
Think for a moment here. Yeah, I think that's it. So I control the objective too.
Yes.
I don't know what message got deleted.
All right.
Syriac,
So
because-
I'm done moving. So we will go to psychic phase. She's still
Let
in
me see.
transport.
Okay,
Now we'll go.
You forgot
to-
the bomb.
Yeah,
weird.
no
I
problem.
don't know why
Thank
it
you.
Yes.
deleted Saturday morning cartoon live.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
So that is 4 mortal wounds.
4 wards. We'll take the leader and 2 guys.
Sounds good.
How
What's
do
the
I?
leadership on the regular guys?
No, they are 8.
They just be on the regular guys.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Then they kill a few more.
Oh, no worries, Crafty.
All right.
You're very welcome, and thank you
3
for
of them died.
tuning in.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's PM for you,
Because the
Raven.
leader's too
I guess you're on the
Yes,
other
yes.
side of the
Yeah.
world.
That.
So it's all good. I'm not
Taking all my
gonna.
bombs.
Chocolate
off.
chip
That's the
biscuits.
whole reason we're taking the leader, yeah. We're gonna go to shooting
That's not a
phase.
good
We're gonna
balanced
shoot
breakfast.
these 2 planes right here, or these 2 guys right here.
Oh, okay.
Planes.
So some of you guys are watching from the other side of the world.
2 CP to give them +1 to hit, +2 to hit, and I'm gonna give them +1.
Oh yeah,
to hit.
VGR. That's
Okay.
super late.
We're gonna hit you on 2s.
Okay, I am going to spend a 1 CP.
Oh,
to
it's
make
the
lightning fast.
exclamation
Alright,
points.
so I'll hit you on
That
3s.
that's
We're
dumb.
down to 8.
Yep.
What?
Hit you on 3s, 6s explode. Alright, so that's gonna be 5 hits.
Sorry about that.
And then 2's the wound.
Sorry,
I'll
eight.
CP this 2. Another 1. Alright, so 5 invul saves. I'm down 5 CP.
Fail 4.
Alright, 4
Yeah, I guess
D6
Moobot doesn't
damage.
like multiple
You
exclamation
are
points.
I am dead.
You explode.
I do not.
I'll have
Additional
to
explode.
change that. Maybe like
That's a weight off my back.
allow like
Thing is dangerous.
6.
Yeah. These 2 last scan chickens are going to shoot into that boat right there.
Sounds good.
Hit
The
you
bot
on
did say
3s,
that.
wound you on 3s, 1 extra hit, so 6 hits, or 5 hits. 3's a wound.
Yes.
Give me 3 invul saves.
Yeah, both using the tray is
For
pretty much
5.
it.
Pass 2.
4 damage.
Are you guys even able to see the
I'm
numbers,
down to 6.
or is it just too far?
Yep, down to 6. We're gonna shoot this disintegrator right here.
The catchphrase out of it. You did.
It's gonna fire 3 to 3 shots into the incubi.
Okay.
Oh, you can
No,
see
he's
the
gonna fire
numbers.
his.
Man, this camera is
Yeah, he can
good.
see them. That incubi squad. Because this one I've arranged that you can no.
Okay. Yeah, it's not full screen.
This
Okay.
front one has.
That one,
range.
that front one's not touching cover.
He's not touching cover, but this
Or
is
not.
obscure.
This is obscuring. Yeah.
Yes, but you can see them from right here. You see?
You think about?
Yeah, the incubi. Because he does. Because he's got from right. Here.
Okay.
Yes, Trent. Sorry. You know, I mentioned
But this-
earlier as
this guy
well,
right here is gonna
but
fire
my
his,
programmers did not include AdMech in the
missiles
software
here.
that
Okay.
Heavy stuff
loads
is there.
up
3 to 3 into
on the
incubi.
overlay.
So
So
we'll start with the 3 to 3 into the.
we're
right
stuck
incubi
with
in the
saying
back.
Astro
It's gonna be
Militarum,
4
but in
shots.
the
Hitting on 3s.
name notes, it's
gonna be roll 1. That's gonna be 6 hits.
it shows AdMech,
2's the wound.
and actually,
Give
you guys
me 4
can't
minus
even
1,
still
so
see
6.
his name.
And
I was
1
one.
dice. Alright.
So I'm going to shorten
Now I've got
this
the
some
missile
more.
into the. into
So this
the
is
radar. 3 shots,
TB
hitting on
Brothers. So it stands for Team Battle
3.
Brothers
3 hits. 3's the wound.
for Mark.
Give me 2 impulse saves.
It is
that's
AdMech
gonna
Hack
be
my
3 damage.
computers.
4 damage.
Which I don't even know why.
And then I've got 9
Like,
of the silver shots into it.
I like AdMech. They're cool. I don't have anything against them
3's.
till now.
Roll 1s. Alright, 2 miss. 2 extra hits though. So 9 hits. 5's the wound.
So yeah, the Astro Militarum is just kind of like
That's
a
going to be 2 armor saves, 2 flops.
placeholder. Because even even Dark Outer is supposed to say
I do have
sorry,
2 wounds left. Let's see.
but
What else has range to that?
This boat, this does not have range, that does not have range.
I will CP one of those,
That's you down to 7.
and I don't fail to explode. I don't.
Hey, this is almost good. And you're helping the guys out. Are you going to get them out within 6 or just normal?
Great question.
TBB. Okay, if you guys are okay with that,
We need a shot here. How many shots on these?
12 shots.
12
I
shots.
will do that. I just didn't want it to
Bummer.
like
This is obscure. I think I'm gonna lose a bunch.
disrespect
to
the team or
this
whatever.
guy Anyway, although
But if you guys will accept TBB, we would do that.
You'd be able to see a bunch of them.
emergency is how many?
Which is, I would say it's common
Yeah,
practice
one,
on
one, twos.
1s and 2s, yeah.
esports side
And you would get them out in
for
individual.
the other games I've
Well, we'll get them out
worked
first,
with
I would do
for
that
the other
anyway.
Yeah,
streamers.
well, that's technically what you're supposed to do.
Just shortening them to like TBB in this case is normal. I'm just not sure how the tabletop community would take it, but if you guys okay, I'm okay. Yes, yes, I will do that whenever this game finishes up. So, you know, for those of you guys who watched the stream yesterday, we had a different table. So this is like the IC terrain and map. And when the guys came and set it up, they didn't center it for me before the game. So my apologies for not verifying that myself either. So,
Sorry,
but we'll move the camera.
Fully
We'll
within
move the
three.
camera
So
to
no, I'm not.
Okay.
help. And actually, well, I was gonna say if you guys don't care, I can push the camera now, but it'll kind of make it wobbly.
So let me know if this boat will be able to see me. Over here.
The table, unfortunately,
that'd be
is
one
in
with a
two
I'll apologize.
pieces, or two tables, sorry. So underneath there, you can't see with
So
the
they're not-
black,
you have to be in front of them.
It's from the hole. This is part of the hole.
Okay.
what is it called? Tablecloth. Yeah, there's two tables underneath there. So to move
Yeah, I've
both
got
tables
A.
right
I've got
now, we'd lose some models.
Great.
You see that chick's not with the.
So under the bridge, yes, there is a you can see underneath it. So it's there's line of sight under the bridge.
It's like when if you roll 1s and 2s, you can pick which guy die.
Yes.
Do you want to solve this?
Yeah, luckily at least for this particular game,
This is the,
the
long
map
side, right?
you can see the whole map.
Yeah, it's
On,
3
the
inches.
top-down
It's 3
camera,
inches
so-
entirely. Long side is 3 inches.
Yes, yeah, it'll definitely help with the firing lanes.
Apologize for that.
It's all good. So this boat can call.
Yeah, with the top down, it's hard to tell, but the terrain has multiple
And
layers,
then I roll for the guys inside.
and
So this boat can't see them. This
so it's
boat
pretty
can.
dynamic. The two mountains
pick
in
one.
the upper left and the
Yeah,
bottom
choose
right hand
one, yeah.
corner. You know, there's a lot of cool space. The terrain looks awesome, actually.
Whoops.
But from the angle you guys are viewing it at, it's really hard to tell.
Everyone's doing good so
Oh,
far.
yeah, just ones.
Great.
That's no dice.
Glad I didn't emergency use it, Barge.
That
Which,
was
which I can even
That
show you
would've
a
been bad.
little bit about. Let's see here.
Nah.
See that? So it's a little bit. There's a lot of layers and whatnot for the terrain that they have here, but I'll jump back to the top so we can hear them as well.
Three shots into them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait on them. We'll shoot this boat first. Three shots into those incubi.
Sounds good.
Thank you, good sir. Three shots. For 6 shots. Hitting on 3s. One extra hit. Yeah, because I can go on second without going through the 4s. And then 4s, 2s. Give me
Yeah, it is
5
really
for
nice.
-1. So 4 ups.
And a
2
loose.
die. Okay.
The viewers love it that you guys are both rolling on the tree.
The tray.
Yeah,
Because yesterday's kind of all over the place.
I believe it. This boat right here is going to fire 12 shots into those incubi right there.
Which boat? I'm sorry.
The one that advanced.
This is great.
So it hits
Okay.
you on 4s.
Okay.
Hits you on 4s, no rerolls. Threes. 5 and 3 ups. Ooh.
Leaders on 1 wound.
Leaders on 1 wound. All right.
Yeah, the only bad part I don't like about the hiccups on
now
streams,
we'll
we're gonna
shoot
have
this
to.
boat, three shots
When I
into
upload the
which
videos on
is not
YouTube,
good.
it'll be on 2 different
Three
parts.
shots.
So it'll be part
Oh,
one
not
with
too
the
lucky.
chopping sound.
No,
You'll get all
and,
6s though, right?
All 6s. So 1 extra hit. Choose the wound.
Wait for them to.
Give me 4.
Finish rolling.
-1. So 6 ups, right?
Mm-hmm. 3
3
dead.
die, yep.
So yeah, it'll be on 2 parts. Part 1 is the choppy sound part, and then I'll continue to part 2 on
And this
the
boat fire 12 shots into them.
video, which I might just
Did he
upload the
advance?
second part
Not this one.
Okay.
and
This
put a
is
disclaimer on the description.
Actually, they even move 10 inches. 3s. And then 3s again. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. No AP.
And lose 7.
So that's the squad, right?
Yes, tomorrow will
Yeah, this
be
one.
the 2 top tables. So we're gonna be streaming 2 games, and it'll be
I
the
should have
top,
put the witch boat
both the top
behind the,
tables on both games.
behind the piece. I made it way in here. There.
Yes. Because I don't really care if you kill.
Which
care
I
if
don't
you-
know
I don't
that-
care if
that
you kill
means
these,
top 8 or
but
not,
feel
but
like they're more involved
I just
in things,
know
like, I
that
don't want them to die. Well,
The
it's
last 2
more important
games
to
of
kill everything else.
the weekend will be played on the stream.
And I've got the plane. The plane's going to shoot 6 shots here.
Oh yes, yeah, for
Which is
Admech, really solid start.
And he did not
Him
advance,
going
correct?
He
first,
probably would've had the
okay.
thing. So this is
or
your
Gator
fours.
going first
So
is
4s into the
very
one guy.
beneficial for him,
Threes
and
again. One on
this
the
could be
one
pretty
guy.
tough. Really, Jared needed the first turn for this, for him
6
to
shots in the other
really
squad. You'll have 2 up saves.
go off. But
2 miss. And 3s. 2 ups. Hey, you leash 12 of those. So 4 guys died from that squad, the leadership 8, so
Yep.
you only leash on them.
There
Yeah,
you go.
they're fine.
Brutal. First turn really was important.
Yeah, first one really is important.
In this matchup.
In this matchup, it is for you, certainly. So scoring, I get 3 for engagement fronts.
looks like we got some
See what kind
scoring.
of fireback you got.
Let's.
Hey Gator, what's your current score?
3.
3. Okay, cool. I'll update it.
And what's the CPU looking like for both of them?
Yes,
5,
5.
he is
I
7.
just gained
He
1
is
to
just
start my
was
turn.
up 8.
Okay, so 5 and 8. So looks like I'll update the CP as well. Oh man, yeah. That's getting
7,
tough.
right? If I'm within
A
8.
little more than 5.
Sure. This can Overwatch on full list, so.
That's awesome.
It's an extra CP, so that's my 2 CP to do it.
This plane pivots twice, is that correct?
Correct. And it can hover.
Got a lot going on.
It's got a lot going on for 130 points. And it can bomb every turn.
Okay. Thanks.
And it's up.
Thanks for Chini. Thanks for answering, because I did not know the answer to that. These guys are silent. They're not making any moves. Well, they are, except for the 2 in the corner on the upper left and the bottom right. As you can see, they're behind their mountains.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
So what she need?
It's hard to tell because you can
She gets
kind of
+1
you
to
can only
charge,
see
so
part of it
she
because
is 9
some of it's
away.
underneath
She made up the
the
dice.
Cool. Sounds
mountain
good.
pieces, I guess.
I think I gotta go for plays like this at this point.
I gotta do
Oh yeah,
something.
both players totally agreed
Is that just the homunculus?
that
That's the Archon.
Oh, that's the Archon.
not
Gotcha.
not
Homunculus
or
is
who
back.
going first
Gotcha,
is
gotcha.
gonna
Yeah.
really determine
They
the
all look
pace
like
of
elves.
this match.
Yeah, they're all,
They're all,
They are all elves.
they're all BDSM elves to me.
You have an auto explode strat, is that right?
I do indeed.
Within 6 or within?
Yeah, looks like
6-inch range for all
they're not
my
gonna be able
units,
to.
except for these 3 inches for these guys and just 1 more wound. 6 inches and D3 more wounds for everything else. It is good.
So anybody
Right.
on
This is
stream
melee
or
and
watching
remind me
from
their
home
profile.
here
There's
in the
strength
States,
5, -2,
where
D3
it's
damage,
early.
2 attacks each, hitting on 3s. On a 6 to wound, they do D3 more wounds.
Okay. They don't have any explode of any type, is that correct?
You mean like
because based
extra
on what
attacks?
I'm seeing so
No,
far,
no extra
everybody's
attacks. They hit on 3s, 2 attacks.
their time zone's a
apiece,
lot different than
and
us.
5
Well, actually, no,
-2,
there was
D3
somebody
damage,
else here
3 more wounds on 6 to wound.
that had been up since 3 in the morning.
And then
Pretty
after they
nuts.
kill you in the fight,
Oh,
they-
Castlebomb, thanks
three
for the
of them will
follow.
save
Appreciate it.
5
And
will save, 5 will pain to
Liam VSI, appreciate the follow as well. Oh, California.
I actually need
Okay,
to
man,
leave
yeah.
the
You're
space if I actually
a
want
little bit
to.
earlier than us.
Ooh.
2 hours, I think. So, 7 o'clock for you guys. Thanks for waking up.
My
Or
line
being
is
up, I guess.
this way. Looking at- This should be fine.
Howdy.
Let's see what we want to do.
What do you want to do? Do you want to do?
Would I have to wait to advance and charge there, buddy?
Remember, you don't have to move to get line sight of the plane.
That's right. Kind of nice.
Yeah, the plane is just kind of like, ooh, that's why I don't have to worry about like it.
Want to be outside of 6 of you, though.
That's probably a good idea.
We'll advance these racks.
Okie dokie. Go on, get.
Not taking the incubi with I'll have to leave those guys put for now. We'll advance these incubi, though.
Okay. So they're motivated.
Cool. I couldn't get those on my invulns. That would have been nice, huh? So I'm not -1 to hit that because I'm within 12. Is that correct?
Correct. You're very much within 12.
I hope.
You're -1 to the plane because it's flying, but like, yeah, you're within 12 of that one.
Great.
What you doing there, rats? Or grotesques?
Grotesques.
Oh, that's so gross. Oh. I bet you had pimples in high school, grotesques.
It's getting outside of 6 of.
Yeah. You're good.
Right. These are the shooty priests.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, since
Challenge?
Jared's working on the bottom
I'm good,
left,
you good?
I'm going to go ahead and turn off the score marquee for now.
So is that one going to touch cover?
So that way you
Oh no,
can
I'm
kinda
just.
see.
He's the last.
I wish I
guy
could
away.
move it, but
Gotcha.
the way they program
Yeah,
it
if
is
you want
kind of
to, you can
stuck
touch
on the
cover
bottom
and see
left.
if you can-
I
So-
could.
But for now, we'll just remove it while he's doing some action here on the bottom left of the screen for you guys.
Okay.
They cannot advance in charge,
They
right?
cannot advance the charge, but Eagles impulsive to move, impulsive to advance, impulsive to charge.
They want to charge
They move up to
Incubi.
10.
They want to charge Incubi. That's
Maybe they do.
okay.
Maybe they do. Maybe I'm crazy.
You're already -1 to hit, so don't care too.
Uh-oh, I can see it now.
Every model that falls over dies.
Show me.
I think everything's moved.
Hit me. I want you to.
We'll do the Poisoner's Ampule. So
Okay.
once per game. On a 2+, you take D3 mortals on the
Sounds
plane.
good.
You take 1 mortal.
Oh no, what else
Got
does it do? Does it do anything else?
That's it. I paid 1 CP for that mortal.
Alright. I think it was
Yes.
well worth it.
Is that a good trade?
Maybe. We'll find out.
I mean, it's one less point that it has.
True. Put the Dark Lance from the transport itself into here
At 4.
with a reroll for Blackheart.
Yep.
It's
3 wound.
does not wound. We'll CP this.
Okay.
No.
Does not wound anything. We're down to 7 CP.
Yes, sir.
Use the same dice. No.
And so it's a no-no?
No, it's
You can't
it's
see
cursed.
the same dice.
Oh,
It's
okay.
cursed.
It's cursed. Yeah.
We'll do everything from this squad, everything squad side into here.
Sounds good.
Hitting on 2s unmodified
Yep.
against Trueborn. The Dark Lance hits. Does not wound. The Blasters. We'll both hit.
Yep. 3s.
They both wound.
6
-4.
armor save. Does cover. Easy.
You can't do that to me, man.
I did it to you, man.
D6 for 5.
It's down to 4. Cover save.
And all the poison shots.
Yep. Oh no, this is what's gonna do me in.
I doubt it.
I do too.
You hit on 2. So I haven't used my Blackheart reroll, so I'll do that.
Yep. Might as well.
Looking for 6s.
Yep.
3 armors.
Oh, I could fail.
It could fail one.
But if only it's in more wounds. I don't fail. There's no AP, right?
No, yeah.
The plane lives.
The plane does live. Boats bracket at all or no?
They do bracket. So they go down to BS4, 9-inch move, and they go to BS5, and then 6-inch move.
Right.
Plane is in the middle bracket.
I'm going to put that boat into the boat right across from it.
Sounds good.
Because that's what I know I have to do anyway.
3s.
3s with 1 Blackheart reroll.
Yep.
Nope.
2s or 3s again.
And 1
6 up. Alright, takes it.
for 6 damage.
6 damage. Sounds good. Down to 6. Then get charged and killed.
If.
If you make it.
So you count down, right? You count
I
like
count
damage.
down.
Okay.
Like I count how many wounds he has left.
Okay, so they start with 12.
They start with 12. He has
I do the
6
same. I forgot if they had 12 or if you
No,
took
it's
6.
like that guy's got 4
The
wounds.
perfect rate. I
Oh,
should.
did you want to fire and fade that one?
This one? Oh, this is the one that fired. This one is not fired.
That one's not fired yet. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to be like
Oh, yeah,
Because
no.
I assumed you're going to fire and fade that one. I just want to make sure you don't forget to.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm in a spot where I already need to start splitting shots.
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Very
you
dangerous.
You kind of need to live on the edge, man.
I do need to live on the edge.
I mean, you're kind of running out of models.
It's true. I'm not gonna kill that thing regardless, though.
Yeah,
I might
it's
as well-
like you're hitting on fours and misses. Like you
Yeah.
either shoot everything in there and maybe kill it, or you shoot everything in there and try and kill the plane.
Yeah. I
But
think,
you're not going to kill this one realistically.
no, I would have to roll. I was thinking about 1, 2, but that's just too.
12 wounds is like you'd have to roll.
I have to roll 2. I have to roll perfect, and so.
And then it's like I make 1/6 of armor save, and it's like.
So then the question is, though, do I want to? Oh, way out of range? Doesn't matter. I don't think I'll regret. I'll put everything into the plane,
Sounds good.
and I'll regret it later. Looking for 4s. 1 hit.
One it, 2
Three would.
3
right?
sorry.
No
Alright.
wood.
Hey, well, wouldn't matter now.
I will fire and fade.
Yep, shoot down to what? 6 CP?
Yep, or down to 5.
Down to 5. There's 2 CP, alright. Down to 5 CP, alright. Charges?
Purges. We'll charge with the boat first.
Sounds good. I'm not going to overwatch that.
Let's see if I can make this charge.
Oh, you made
We
it.
made it.
Close. Alright, cool.
Still trying to stay behind the obscuring, but still
Sounds
leave the charge lane for everybody
Yeah.
else.
I can advance and charge with these.
That's
Or advance and shoot, I mean.
yeah. At that point, I'm not getting around it anyway. Charge with the succubus. So she needed an 8. Was that
Yeah,
correct?
8 on the dice. That's
8
what
on
you
the
said
dice. Yes.
So she was
Yep,
outside
she's
of
9, and he gets +1 to charge.
So we're gonna. Does she get plus 1 charge if there's 9 gauge in combat?
Oh, that's right. So I would need a 9.
9
now.
and 9.
Nope. And we will CP that.
That's down to 4.
Yep. Nope.
Nope.
Archon will charge it.
Sounds good.
That should do it.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you make it. Howdy, boys. Did you miss me?
And that's
And
all.
do you have anything on the objective? Probably.
Yes, I do.
Protest?
Protest.
Yeah. That's still outside 6. Not really matters. That matters too much.
Fights.
Sounds good.
We'll start with the Archon.
Are you gonna make me fight last?
I can't. But he doesn't have that warlord trait.
Oh, he doesn't have a well.
Nope.
Oh, alright.
He has to reroll all to hit and to wound warlord trait.
Ah.
So I'm hitting on 2s with rerolls. And I'm moving on 5s with rerolls.
Sounds good. AP?
A 3.
Alright, so 6 ups. What's
5.
the damage?
3.
3 damage flat?
Yep.
Oof. It's very bad. I'm going to. What's 1 on 16? Just the Archon and the
Yeah.
boat. It will automatically blow up because I hate you.
Uh-huh.
So I'm down to 4 CP. So the boat. 3 damage, and then the Archon,
Down to 8.
3 damage.
Down to 2.
Cool, so this is going to matter more than hopefully. I'm going to use
The free.
I'm gonna use the
strats to
free
disembark.
stratagem to disembark, and I'll use 1 CP to get them out within 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give one stratagem to get them out within 6, and 0 to keep them out. I'm down 3 CP.
Okay. Free to get him out, and then I'll go with the boat.
Yeah. There's this one. Should be able to get them out. Do I even need to get them out within 6? I mean, it doesn't matter if you hold that objective, I still hold more than you. So we won't get them out within 6, we'll just
Okay.
get them out within 3.
So you're back up to 5?
No, 4.
Oh, 4.
Does
Yeah,
it-
I didn't count you for that yet.
Yeah, I did the automatic explosion. We're just gonna hop them out because I'm not too worried about whatever. Staying outside of mentoring you.
Ever seen someone roll 9 1s on a disembark? That's my.
Well, I don't have to roll, so I got back.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Strength 5 minus 1, minus 2.
Strength 5 minus 2. D3 damage on 6 plus 2 wounds, do D3 more wounds.
Okay. And Wizard has the targeted smite. Does it also
Targeted
smite?
smite and smite, yes.
And both.
And a melter gun.
Fantastic. Always have to leave that as is. I'm not going to pile into you there, I don't
Seems
think.
like a good idea.
And I guess that's my turn.
All right. So you get 2 for bringing down. All right. So you got 2 for bringing down. Now it's my turn.
And you get 15 on primary.
Yep. 15 for primary. Yep. Nice.
Jared, how many points you got?
I have 2.
So seconds. Yep.
You guys are
Hmm?
3 CP and 4 CP.
I'm up
He
to
gains
4, I'm
1.
up to 5.
Up to 5. And I'm at 4.
Yep. Okay. So now I want to do this. You got a 5-man and a 4-man incubi squad back there? Alright. Plan is going to go into hover mode. So where's the 5-man, where's the 4-man?
5 man's all tucked up in front here. The 4 man are all the 4 in the back.
So he's going to hover and he's going to fly over the 5-man. And he's going to come down over here. So. Like so. Basically, he's going to charge the 4-man.
Okay.
He's going to bomb the 5-man, charge the 4-man.
I love that.
I do too.
I can swing back against you, right? And
Oh, you can very much swing back against me.
you wanting to explode?
I'm going to automatically explode.
Sounds good.
Because you have to swing on me.
Yep.
It's like you can't choose not to. So the Inquisitor's going to move up. She's going to basically be closer to the Archon. These guys are going to move around a little bit.
Was that the strategy for that? Or how many
Strategy on his
explode?
auto explode. Yeah.
So this guy can move 11 inches. I control his objective now.
I'm gonna die, you're gonna die with me.
I'm going to die and take you with me intentionally. This guy's going to move 11 inches. Oh, my mechanical down the side, I'm going to pick real ones and shoot face.
Sounds good.
Move these guys up. They move 7 inches. We'll advance this guy. He can move, so he can move 9 inches.
Plus 4,
Plus 2. Plus, that's total plus 5, but minus 2, so he's just moving 9 inches.
Plus 5? Plus 4.
3 plus 1 plus 1.
He gets plenty. Why does he get the
Plus
second
1 for his movement, plus 1 for advanced rolls.
Oh, okay.
So he's moving 11
Sounds
inches,
good.
minus 2 for the
You're
force.
good.
9. Move right over here. And Dan, so he's got what, 8 wounds left?
Yes. Yeah, big ones.
Yeah, Trent, I do agree. It is a tough setup.
Move these guys 8 inches. You're still obscured.
You do have to. You can't overhang on the bridge.
Oh, I can't?
Nope.
You like that?
Yep.
Cool. Those guys are still obscured. I'm not too worried about being shot by them. I'm more worried about just shooting. I'm very much afraid. These are range to the tasks. They both have range to the incubi. That's your cover safe from them. We're going to move and advance these guys.
Okay.
Moving 14 inches. Not touch the force because that would. Yeah, I am going to move these guys a little bit more.
Okay.
Because where is 36 inches? Okay. That. Yeah. So this one's going to move up over here. So he cannot see them, but he can shoot his 3 shots into that guy.
Sounds good.
Very much his range. Move up the fingers on this. Over here, 6 inches. He's going to advance just to move up a little bit
Yep.
more. This guy will move up 12 inches over here. Now he has 36 inches to that.
Okay.
So we both have 36 inches to that one.
I'm gonna change the camera view too to show you the guys the angle of
And then this one will move up 12 inches over here as
that
well.
tank that's
He does
slanted
not
on the
range to
side,
that one,
Okay.
as he shouldn't.
off
They
the
should have
bridge,
range
just to kind of show you
close stuff.
a different perspective as
This guy
well.
can see those guys. Can shoot other stuff. Sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. These guys just gonna hop on this objective.
Mm-hmm. 2 inches between them all, right?
Yeah, 2 inches.
It's fine. That's fine. It's close to that.
Ponies are gonna advance.
Yeah.
Moving 15 inches. Can you just move them 15 inches over towards you?
Yep. It's -2 to go over this.
Sounds good. So can
13
they move?
inches.
Can they move just around it, like over there?
So rotate the base.
Yeah. So just move them like 14 inches or whatever.
Like
Yep,
this?
sounds good.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to rip a guy off his horse.
Oh man, I mean he wasn't glued on or anything. Nah, that's all good. All right, and then I've got this bow right here. It's just gonna move up over here, so it can see grotesques.
Racks. Grotesques are back here.
It can see grotesque, good sir. I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
I
I'm
was
kidding,
like,
I'm kidding.
it's like, dang.
Did I stutter? Did I stutter?
Like, that's a really good ability. How does it go all terrain?
See through walls? Alright.
I'm the Admech. You think I can't?
No, that's true. We have the, what was it, on specs? I can see through walls.
Exactly. Sure, that's what it is. All right, all right. So let us go to end of my movement phase. We're going to bomb those guys over
The
there.
5-man, right?
The 5-man, yeah.
Sounds good. Show me all 3s.
Nope, no more wounds.
Alright. I have
2 guys left.
2 guys left.
Did you kill the sergeant?
Killing the sergeant.
Sounds good. To me. I'm in the lower table quarter again. Yep. This back has the table quarter now. Yep. Alright, now we're going to go to the second phase. We're going to smite your Archon.
Okay.
It goes off.
Okay. Show me a 1.
There's a 1. We'll do the target smite into him.
Yeah.
It goes off.
Okay.
What's leadership?
That's a great question.
Is it? Well, it's at least a 9, so
Yes.
it doesn't do anything.
Gotta take the wins where we can get them right
Yep.
now.
Alright, so now we're gonna shoot the Inquisitor. She's gonna shoot her
Nelson?
yeah, she's gonna shoot the yeah, we're gonna go shooting phase now. We're gonna shoot the combi melta we'll just shoot the melt again into the
Okay.
Raider. It's zombie. I'm not gonna see through that. So now we're gonna shoot the this plane right here.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot see them. I think this is blocking them. So we're gonna shoot this bow right here.
Mhm.
It's these racks.
Sounds good.
Racks, yeah, racks. Racks on racks on racks. So 12 shots, hitting on 3s, you're on 1s, mechanical. Alright, so these miss.
T4?
And then 4's the wound, yep. So you have a 5 up, 5 up.
5 out. First failed save does no damage.
Sounds good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5s.
Alright.
One of those doesn't count again?
Yep.
And 5s.
So
At least
5.
5. That's not average.
That's not average. Alright, this bow's gonna fire into them, 12 shots. Things are not going your way.
No, but that happens sometimes. It's a
It
dice
happens
game.
on bad games, it is a dice game.
I can just roll 6s for the rest of the game and I still
could.
win, so
You
I'm
could.
in it.
So let's win it.
There you go.
4. This time.
So I'll probably make all of these. Nope, fail all of them so far. I make 2 feel no pains. I lose 2.
Alright. There's what, 3 left?
3 left.
Okay. For my next trick, you will shoot this bow right here.
Mm-hmm.
This bow right here.
Okay.
It's gonna fire into the
Grotesque. Oh, the Ravager.
The Ravager, yep. So he's hitting on 3s.
How many CP do I have? I have 4. I'll pay
Yeah.
1 to lightning fast him.
Sounds good. So hitting on 4s. 3 shots. 4 6 shots. 4s, you're rolling 1s. 6s explode. Roll a 1. That was a 3. Alright, so 4 hits. 4 is the wound. Give me 2 follow-ups.
That's
2
one
damage.
Alright, down to 9.
Yep. This bow right here is going to fire 3 shots into that one as well.
Okay.
7 shots.
Yeah,
4
Trent,
is
he's actually one of the local guys here, so I've seen him in a few
Oh,
events.
man.
3 extra hits.
He's always been super chill, super cool
4 is
dude.
a wound. Alright.
That's better.
4 follow-ups.
Pass
So
you,
6
take
damage.
4
4 damage.
take 4 damage.
You're down to 5. So you are graded.
Yes, I am graded.
I'll take that. Last boat is this boat. He's gonna fire 3 shots into.
Are you still in range by chance?
Not that I never had range to that one.
Oh, I was talking about the rat.
Probably. No.
Okay.
So he's gonna shoot into. Let me see here
You have grotesque.
as well. Can you heal him?
I can't heal him.
He's gonna shoot into that one.
The boat? Okay.
Yeah, hit him on 3s. Those might as well degrade it. 4 or 5 shots. 3s. Alright, 6 hits. I love it when I get more hits than shots.
Yeah.
And 4 wounds, 4 follow-ups. 4
That's
damage.
4 damage.
Yep. So we're going to go to the assaulting phase.
Yes, sir.
This guy's going to declare charge on the, 4-man?
Yep.
Yeah, 4-man. Look at that, I make it.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. He's going to come up like so,
Sounds good.
so that he's within 6 of all of everything over there.
Sounds good.
Now. Now he is, right? And then we're going to charge these guys right here. We're going to charge the Ravager and the
Archon?
Archon.
It's the melee priest, right?
He's
Or
the melee
charging?
priest. So on a 6, after I complete a charge, I think of normal that they charge, and I roll die for every guy in my squad. On a 6, you take mortal wound.
Okay. Go for it.
I will. I think I make it.
It's hard to not make it
I
on
hope
that.
to not make it. Shooter's going to come up.
Can you go over models?
I'm just walking around you. I have 12-inch move,
Okay.
so I was walking around.
Is there enough space between those 2 models for you to get a gun?
There's
Oh
one-
yeah, it's the sword. Okay.
Yeah, just moving around. And then, so after I complete the charge, I can roll die.
I assume you're
I'm
picking
doing
the
another
Archon.
I'm picking the Archon, of course.
I wish I
He
had my
won
field
6,
of
he
payback.
is very dead. He is very dead. Easy peasy. So that's 3 points for assassinate. Okay. And we'll charge the Inquisitor into the boat.
Sounds good.
Does the boat have an invul save in combat?
It does, a 6-up.
6 up. Yeah, we'll charge that anyways. She makes it. She's gonna come up over here. Excuse me. Alright. She's gonna make my plane fight last, or try to.
Or try to.
It's leadership 9.
Leadership 9 on the
Yep.
plane. Okay, it's not fighting
Because it
last.
gives an aura of 6 and so obviously leadership. So it's not fighting last. Ooh, good shot. Good shot. I want to start with the priests.
Yep.
Sixteen attacks. 16 attacks hits you on 3s, wounds you on 5. 6 of these immortals. Yeah. Well, this is what matters though. The wounding is what matters. Oof.
So one
So
does
one
D3
6 up
mortals
invul.
and
So
one
6
invul.
up.
Okay.
Nope, so just 2d3. That's gonna be 3 damage.
3 damage. Out of 5.
Yep,
Sorry, I'm just gonna do this so I can get my dice out of
it's
here.
all good.
Next.
Now we'll do the Inquisitor, 4 attacks.
At least they're not getting their invul on the objective. Creative, you can boost it 1, but not a 2-up, right?
Not a 2 up at the moment. I could fight twice. 5's a wound. Nothing. I could fight twice and do it, but like.
Is that the end of the phase, or is that?
It's at the end of the phase, but like but it wouldn't allow me to. It would not allow me to. Well, at least you're degraded. That's minors. Yeah, they're probably just gonna die, but whatever.
Plane?
Plane gets D3 attacks. 1 attack. It's on 5. You're on 2. 1.
Good.
All right, you're good. Fight me back.
All right. I will roll all my dice, even though even though they probably should kill it.
They probably should. Is Drazar on the table?
Drazar is in the red transport, or that transport that's remaining.
Gotcha.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1 more dice.
1 more dice.
You're not -1 to hit in close combat.
No,
right?
I'm not.
Okay. So I'm hitting on 2s.
So Jared, you got some supporters online.
I do. I'm surprised by that. And it's the people from Team Texas, probably. Maybe Josiah's watching.
5s.
T5s?
6 are what, -4?
6s are -4.
So it just goes through. And that's it.
Yeah, so unless you...
Oh, believe it or not,
oh,
he's
you're
going to
good.
blow up.
Oh, wow.
What a surprise. I'm down to 4 CP. So he's going to do D3 to the 2-man.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Woo!
D3 to the
4-man?
4-man. 2.
We'll take the leader off of that one. No, we already took the
killed
leader.
it. Yeah, so there's 2 guys.
Okay.
D3 to the Ravager.
Oh, Ravager.
Takes 3. So it's down to what, 2 wounds?
I think so.
So that's fully degraded. Cool. D3 to the Raider.
Mm-hmm.
1 on the Raider.
Okay.
So it's degraded now. And then D3 on the Homunculus. 2 on the Homunculus.
Okay.
Who's out? Feeling pain?
Oh, he does. 5s.
6-1. D3 on the Rax. Grotesque.
Grotesque.
Take 2.
Oh, that's 1. Oh, sorry. This was the one that I rolled first, so failed 1.
So failed 1. 1 damage. All right. Cool.
So Homunculus took 1, and the Grotesque took 1. Is that correct?
Yes. So these guys lost 4 guys. They lost 2. So these guys can't fail. This guy could.
Your plane? At least I get a plane gun.
At least you got the plane.
I can breathe easy.
I can breathe a little bit easier with less incubi too.
That was, yeah.
Less incubi and more degraded tanks. You gotta fight back with the boat.
I do. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. And wounding on 2s. 2 wounds. -1.
5 up, 5 ups. Feel my pains. 1 dies. We're not gonna spend the 3 CP to fight.
Fight twice?
We're not gonna. There's really.
I will use some morals.
Yep.
We'll start with the guy, or the guy who lost 4. He's good. Oh no, his leader's gone, so he's gone.
Yep. You got the grotesques.
The Rex.
Rax, yep.
I will auto pass them.
Okay, so down to 1.
And 1. Start my turn. I go.
Do they come back or anything?
They can if they're near the homunculus, but as you can tell, they are not near the homunculus.
I get another 3 for additional fronts. So I am up to 15 plus 6. So I'm up to 24 points.
24?
24.
I do at 31. Are you including painted?
No.
Okay. Oh, assassinate. Sorry. There we go. That makes it. Now I'm on your page.
And it's a 4 CP and then.
I have 2 at the start of my turn.
Yeah, it's 2 now.
Or we can advance and charge now. That's nice.
Hey!
Here you got a shot at as well.
Before I will forget, the homunculus will heal the grotesque.
Sounds
Back
good.
up to full.
He is on the what? The end of the movement phase?
It's during. I think it's during the movement phase, but I can check. If I remember where I put my book. Oh, there it is. Under my army.
I don't know, man. We're running out of time. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to finish this. Checking all your rules like you don't know more.
Almost like the book came out a couple weeks ago.
Almost.
And, yeah, and this rule was not in there before. At the end of your movement phase, so I'll just keep them within 3.
Sure.
And I don't think they're moving, so that's helpful.
just saying, but-
you have any Auspex type strategies?
Oh, you get yeah, you get no plus.
Takes
from
Mirror
combat.
Seed.
Yes, yeah.
I can intercept with infantry, 2 CP for infantry, but they're -1 hit.
Yes, we should at least touch the objective.
Seems like a good idea.
Get OBSEC at some point.
Can you do that and be an initiative for me?
I don't know. I'll charge you just to make it.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to charge me. If you charge me, you make it. Then the witch just can murder them all. The witch will just murder them all, and then just get the offset and all the objective.
I think I do have to go for a couple of Hail Marys. I got 2 CP. I will spend 1 to let the Ravager fall back and shoot.
Sounds good.
I gotta try to.
That is the greatest. How far does it move?
10. But I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, it's gonna move there.
Like there.
Moves it over there.
Oh, sorry.
Oh man, for shame, for shame. Not gonna let my stuff on the table.
This guy's degraded. Oh, he moves like 6, but enough.
Enough.
I'm gonna have my game plan is to get lucky on my invulnerable saves. I'm sure that's the key.
A good game plan.
It's fine.
You advance anybody?
Yeah.
Might as well. Mike is shooting. Mike is going Friday West.
That's what we have to do, regardless. And the Scourge.
Scourge.
I think I moved everybody, right?
Probably.
I guess one question. Twelve wounds on the transports, right?
Correct.
Alright. Go on the test. So I guess I come in over here. Should I mark it out?
Yeah, it should be enough space.
Yeah. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, it should be enough. Can't block you out from there.
One option. Is there anything, or can I look back here real quick?
Yeah.
If there's any. Oh, over here they actually. Yeah, we'll do over here.
Alright.
I don't know why I'm thinking too hard about it. And they're all shredders, so I'll be
Yep, yep. Poor guy's like falling off his horse.
All right, shooting.
Yep.
I paid good CP for him to be able to shoot that Belros.
Sure.
So we'll do it.
So hit me on 5s.
Hit me on 5s. 1 reroll. Okay.
Alright.
Alright, 3 hits.
Three's the wound.
3's the wound. 3 wounds.
Alright,
-4. You don't get cover. Yes, he is dead.
Yeah, does he split?
Sorry, I'm not rolling for
He's
yours.
not split.
All right, 1 CP well spent. That's
Yeah,
5.
1 CP
That's
well
5
spent.
5 victory points.
Yeah, you're doing 95 points, you jerk. Jerk.
Let's see. I'm going to give him 12 anybody, so I'm hitting you on 6s.
Yep.
I'm not even in range. I don't know why. I didn't expect him to do so much work. We'll just go from here into. The goal is to make all the invulns on the last chickens. So we'll go for the little guns, I guess. Those are melee priests.
Revenge will be swift.
Actually, so I don't waste time, the shredders are certainly going into the dogs.
Sounds good.
I'll do that.
So
I don't waste any
46?
time. 46 plus the 3 shots from
Yep.
the sword carbine. All right. Can't complain about
17
that.
shots.
Add 3 here. Add 5.
So are they all within 12?
It's model by model, is it?
Yes. You said opponents, right?
Oh, the pony. Yes. I'm so sorry. I'm like measuring the wrong thing. It looks like the back one is out. So I want me to
Sure.
roll the number of shots.
No, just say,
I make the one at the 4 when they shot 4. It was in the middle.
sure. Okay, seems fair. So 4 hitting on 4.
4 they're doing on 4s.
Not that
one
it
hit.
mattered. Alright, that doesn't matter at all.
These are hitting on
They're
3s.
on 2s. Okay, they also hitting on 3s, yeah?
And they're winning on 2s.
Yep, and then I have a 5 of bomb save.
Oh, you got a 4 up armor save.
They have a
Oh,
4
because
bomb
minus
save.
1, minus 1, yeah.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6, 8.
So you can't kill them all. Because those 9 wounds. You kill 1, 2, and 1 takes the damage, so we'll leave Sergeant alive in 1 round.
And poison shots, 2 hits. And 1 wound.
4 up.
1 up.
Takes it. So he's down to 1. But he's alive. Sarge is alive. Sarge is dead, man. No, I'm alive.
We will shoot this super sad Ravager
Yep.
into
Sad boy.
Sad boy. I don't want you exploding automatically and killing my dudes. That would be
What?
sad. Realistically, if I get lucky, I have the most chance of killing a chicken. So, we'll shoot at the chickens.
Alright.
I need 6s.
Yep.
I rolled it before. Oh my gosh! The comeback is in the
Alright.
making.
Freeze.
Freeze. 2 wounds.
6 ups. Here's where I can make 6 ups. There you go.
Because they have a invuln.
Okay, 6 ups.
So I need this to be a 3. No, or sorry, well it was a 3. I asked for the wrong thing.
You got what you wanted?
I'll spend a CP
Alright.
because I don't think I'm spending on anything else this game.
Sure.
Charge there's kind of important.
Is it though?
He doesn't bring it down 0.2. We'll see it. Great, he kills the chicken.
Alright, kill chicken. Does it explode?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
so it
does.
does 1 more wounds to his buddy.
It's 3 inches on him, right?
Yeah, so this guy definitely is on 3 inches away. So just 5.
My guys are doing surprisingly well for bracket. They just shot better bracketed than
shot
they did.
better bracketed than
They-
non-bracketed.
now they're
You
motivated.
see power from pain.
It is
Power from
really, it
pain.
really is power from pain. That's pretty incredible. I didn't think it was real.
And you're out of CP.
Yes, I am.
You didn't think it was real? You didn't play Dark Elder?
All right. I mean, I didn't think I'd get this far, so now I don't know what to do.
And you were like, man, I'm just gonna lose everything.
It's still a game. I don't know what I'm doing.
So you got 3 for bring down. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for bring down. 6 for bring down.
All right, we'll do the poison shots from in here or to here.
Okay.
We'll do the 2 blasters. If you auto explode, you also kill your own, or you don't kill your own guys, but
I would kill these guys, but I wouldn't kill the guys inside.
we'll do the blasters into this transport,
Sounds good.
and we'll do the lance. Excuse me. Into the chicken.
Sounds good.
Lance first. It's on a 2 with a cabal with the reroll.
Oh.
And wounds on a 3. And no wound there. The 2 blaster shots into the boat.
Yep.
Both hit.
3s.
Both wound.
Yeah, 2d6.
For 5.
Down to 7. And you got poison.
Lots of poison.
They're outside as well, right? So you're just.
From the edge of the boat, I think they might be in. From here to. Oh, I guess no, just out.
Yeah, so you're just not getting
He only has 1 wound left, right?
Yeah. So how many shots?
7.
Cool. 2s and 4s.
Just 2 of them.
Only have to make 2. Only have to make 2. I made 2. That was no failures, though.
I don't think there's any other shooting to be done.
Cool.
Charges.
Do it.
Scourge into the
That's the 9.
dudes. I wish I could reroll charges back in the old book. That's not a 9.
That's not 9.
You're very dead. We'll do the succubus there.
I don't think you can fail.
It would be hard to. The racks,
Yep.
also hard to fail, but at least we'll.
You have to do some obsec, yeah.
I assume.
Nice juicy obsec. Charge anything else?
He can't charge because yeah, LOL. These guys to charge.
And who are they going to charge?
Great question.
He has a flamer.
Great. 2 models on it. I'll contest it if I kill all of
They
the
obsec?
dudes.
They can kill all the dudes, yeah.
They're not upset. They're elites.
Well, no, I'll still control it because of the mission.
Is it control until it's taken away?
Yes.
What's his flamer stats?
Strength 4 minus 1, 2 damage. And the sergeant's already
D6?
dead. D6 shots, flamer. And he's really good in combat, too.
Okay. We're gonna heroic int me regardless.
Yep.
I think I have to go big with
Cool.
these guys. Any point. Guys? No. Sorry, give me just 1 second to think about it.
It's all good.
Hey, Ori.
Is it the end of any
yes,
phase?
that is
So it's
true.
by-
So you have to, at the end
Had
of the
they got
phase, if
first
you control it, you take it away
turn
from me. But
and
until you control it,
shot.
I control it.
So my question is, so if I charge the 5-man and I kill
Yeah.
the 5-man, but I'm just chilling, if you move the transport off at
If
the
I'm-
end of your
this-
movement
at the end of the
phase,
so this is how it works. The objective marker in this mission represents data terminals. In this mission, if you control an objective marker at the end of your command phase, it remains under your control unless your opponent controls at the end of any subsequent phase.
Okay.
Even if you have no models.
so I will just charge the infantry then to
Yeah, so
force you to
basically-
sort of stay at least roughly near the objective.
Sure.
Need a 6?
I will overwatch you with the infantry.
Sounds good.
As I might as well. There are 15 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s.
Winning on 3s? Or hitting on 3s?
Hitting on 6s.
6s. I'm like, whoa!
Surprise!
Surprise! Oh man, I guess I want to charge the character again.
Oh,
Nothing.
Alright, cool, good talk. That's a 6.
It's as I said, if I just roll 6s the rest of the game.
There you go.
Then,
Or as long as I don't roll good.
Yeah, that's true. You ever seen someone roll all their saves? I'm just glad it was a better game, or it's a more interesting game for the stream than me getting tabled on turn 2 or something.
I will heroic intervene.
Is there a way for me to charge in such a way that I didn't use my
I'm
full
sure you
10 inches?
could. I'm sure you could.
Even just like this?
Yeah, no. It's just the way you were. I didn't know if you were trying to like bait me or anything.
No, I'm not. I don't really want to fight him.
Alright. Maybe he wants to fight you though.
How many CP are you down to, Mark?
3.
Great.
Yes.
We'll start with the succubus.
You make them fight last?
Oh, that's a great question.
Leadership 7?
I do not.
Yep,
Have
so
to
they
be-
can interrupt.
I welcome it.
Good.
Yeah, no other charges or anything. Start the succubus. And then hopefully if it's on stream, people will learn that this needs to be FAQ'd. So he gets 14 attacks.
I think GW is one of these, so.
Yes. So hopefully GW is watching, because if you weren't convinced before, hopefully you will be now.
Who are you reading now?
I mean,
Let's
they're
see
all
the
the two levels,
craziness.
so there's not much
14
more. Oh, I am
attacks.
heroic intervening with the Inquisitor.
Yeah. Into the Ravager or into the Racks?
She
Oh.
can't get.
Okay, Racks. Okay.
She's just going into the Ravager.
Okay.
I'm not worried about you getting.
What were you saying?
We don't have a 2 nimble save, so
Yes.
there's not much to prove.
Yes. So hitting on 2s. Anything that doesn't hit goes in.
I'm just gonna pick them up, man.
That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Because like, I mean, we can go into the whole discussion of it, but like, your 2 damage each is like, they're dead. That's actually
That was a pretty good roll.
That was actually a really good roll, but they're dead anyways. Because like, you're just gonna get 100 extra attacks. Right.
And a 6-inch anywhere heroic. Let's go over here.
Sounds good.
And the racks will just activate, but they not. Well, as touching you. Yeah. What's the stats on the sword?
4 attacks, strength 4, -3, D3 damage.
Alright. Actually, the succubus is gonna consolidate into you.
Ooh, tough girl.
Because I want to make you potentially not fall back.
Sounds good.
We'll pile in.
I am not based with the tank.
That I will base you with my guy.
Sounds good to me.
And these guys will just just be there.
Cool. So I'm gonna attack the tank. 4 attacks.
Yep.
And on 3s. Actually, one was like this. I fought a wound. No, I was stupid. So just practice like this.
Alright, and then I'll attack with the incubi.
Yep.
No leader, so 6 attacks. Hitting on 2s, sad. And winning on 2s.
6 available saves, so 4. Oh look, 3 died. There's 2 left. Yes, we'll be. Do that kind of piece. 3 guys. Howdy.
Howdy.
Alright, 3 attacks back, hit on 4s, reroll because I have manipulus nearby. 2 hits. Your -1 toughness, so wounding on 3s. 2 saves.
Minus.
No AP.
Good.
And you're good.
Vote into the Inquisitor.
Yep. It's degraded, right? So it's in on that.
It's, so a 6 will definitely do it. The other 3s definitely don't.
1.
Yep, 1. Minus
5
1.
up. Takes 1 damage, down to 4. Down to 4. Sounds good. Alright, so my turn.
Looks like it's your turn. I don't hurt any prey this turn.
Nope.
And I'm up to 6 on bringing it down, is that
Yes.
right? And at the start of your turn, you get another 15 on primary.
Yep. Other 15.
And you go up with 4 CP.
Yep. Oh, I will use some leaderships.
Yes.
On the pony.
Pony.
On a 6, he fails. He does not fail. These guys lost 3 guys, so leadership 7. They're fine.
They're fine.
So I still control that objective. Yada, yada, yada. Alrighty then. Alright. Some more 4 CP.
I did. So I'm up to 9.
6.
Because I said we'll get yours. I'm up to 6 points. It always stands at the end of the game.
Alright. How do I want to do this? So I can attempt to fall back.
You can attempt to fall back.
I will attempt to fall back.
Okay, so now we roll off.
Yep.
And you can't fall back.
I cannot fall back. I'll just smite you.
Okay.
I'll just smite you then.
Sounds
Be
good.
smitten. Be smitten with kittens. Anyways, so we'll start by moving some other stuff. They're gonna fall back. Because you can't keep these guys.
Correct.
They're gonna fall back.
Are you taking into account going over the
They're just moving around over here.
okay.
Just moving
What's their
around.
movement characteristic?
6 inches.
Okay,
7
that's
inches
good.
actually. They move 7 inches because I'm just nearby. Well, how about these guys? They're in my party.
Okay.
Party like it's something.
Hopefully that'll be a fight last that I'll enjoy to roll if they're alive.
Well, that's the thing. I'm actually just gonna flame you. I'm not gonna opt them out. I'll leave them in there. No need to even get the charge land. Then we'll just shoot you.
That's what I get for helping my opponent.
Talk big, one thing. I mean, I was planning on shooting the man.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm
don't know why
just
giving
playing.
that. He can charge you though if he needs to. Mechanical on Messiah. I will pick. I'll randomly roll for it.
Okay.
It is a 3. It's real once in the 5 phase.
Woo!
Woo!
I welcome that actually. if you want to come into me, that's great.
It's real ones in the 5 phase. These guys have left. I need to kill a bunch of stuff. I mean, basically, how's this game going to end up? Like, those guys are going to stay on the object for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to basically just shoot hot shots into them because I'm trying to get assassinate. Don't want to shoot up the objective. Yada. Are they OBSEC?
They're not.
How many guys do you have on the objective?
I only have 2 currently on the objective.
2 currently on the objective, right?
There are upset guys in here.
For now. So we'll hop out these electric races right here.
Okay.
They're T5, T6?
T6.
Yep. Fun. Talk about these guys over here. Let them move.
And one guy in the inside too.
Thank you. What, 6 inches? Oh, that's pony.
Okay.
13 inches. He's not very motivated.
Saw all his friends go away. It was a bummer for him.
Where's the party at?
For real. I'm sorry.
You're all good. These guys will move up. Take some pot shots at some guys. Some punks.
No problem. I hope you forget about him. No.
They're hard to forget about. They're very memorable. Afghan chickens will just touch the terrain.
Yep.
What's their profile in melee?
Strength 6 -2, or strength 5 -2 to damage. Or,
How many attacks?
sorry, so they have 4 attacks base. I get to choose one of 2 profiles with that. It's either strength 6, 0 AP, 1 damage, wound rolls of 6 or 1 AP. Or, sorry, wound rolls of 6 or 1 mortal wound. Or the other profile, which I have to make 1 attack, like the extra attack with
Gotcha.
them all.
At least one
Which
attack with that.
At least 1 attack with that per model, which is the strength 5 -2 to damage one.
Sounds good.
Oh, it's just a top
Okay.
cover. Sure can. When you hit the bottle on the table, it just resonates.
Right, yeah, that was the vacuum seal. Accepting sponsorships from this particular company.
And this boat will just move up. Here, can't get through there, but you can see over here to that. You can shoot that guy at least. Alright. So we will. So that one has how many wounds left?
5 wounds left.
5 wounds left. I'm in every table quarter. Yes, I am. Yada yada yada. We will move this guy back. We'll heal this guy back to full.
Okay.
Because that seems like a good idea. Oh, anything else in the moving phase? No. So we'll go to a second phase. We're going to smite the succubus.
Yeah, sounds good.
Goes off.
Goes off.
3.
Down to 2.
We'll castigate her. Goes off on a 7. What's your leadership?
I don't know.
It's less than 12.
Yes, it is.
She's dead.
She is dead.
So
Bummer.
another 3 for assassinate. Get gone. Get gone. Go on, get. Right, now we'll go to shooting phase. We'll flamer these guys. Flame on. 5 shots. 3's the wound. 3 -1. They are dead. Gonna shoot these guys right here. Everything in there. 15 shots. 3s and then 4s. They're T3, right?
Yep.
3s and 4s. All 1 wound.
Yep.
4s.
2.
2?
Minus.
No.
Better take 1.
4 bomb save?
Yep.
Cool. Shoot Cypress Dominus into them. Shoot up range.
That's good.
4 inches.
Yep.
Yeah, alright, so hit you on 3s. 3 shots, 3s, because -1 from moving. 4 hits. 2's the wound, 6 are mortals in addition. 2 mortals and 4 armor saves.
Pretty good.
That's good. So that's the squad. Alright. Dominus. Dominates. Alright. So we will shoot this boat right here. We'll shoot 12 shots into that one.
Sounds good.
3s. No rerolls. And then 5s. 4.
That's it.
He explodes. Ooh.
On the grotesques, at least, take 2.
Feel the pains.
And the homunculus.
Yep.
Takes 2. The grotesques, love it.
Yep.
The homunculus does not.
Does not love it. So he's down to what, 2?
Down to 2.
Cool. That's gone. Now we will do the these 2 last game chickens into that boat over there.
Okay.
4 shots, hitting on 3s. One of them explodes on 6s. So this is the one that explodes on 6s. 1 hit, 2 more shots. I reroll the 1. Alright, so 1 hit, 1 wound. 6 damage. Does that kill him? Yeah, at least he doesn't explode. And how are you going to help the guys out?
Well, I don't have CP to do anything other than.
Can't do anything too fancy, at least.
Getting out basically behind the wall.
Sounds good.
Out such that heroic into.
Sounds good to me.
And he's screened, right? By these guys in here?
Yeah.
And not against the dog,
Not
of
against
course,
the
but.
opponent,
I do not have OPSEC on me.
No, I have object knowledge. You have object knowledge, yes.
Alright.
Drazar is over there. So I've got what, 3 guys I can see him? 4 guys I can see him?
Drazor?
Yeah.
But he's
I can't
screened.
shoot him, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to shoot this boat right here into the
Cowboys?
offset guys.
Okay.
3 shots. 4 shots. Beautiful. 3s. 4 hits. 5 hits. 5 minus 1.
So whoops.
Let's do 3 die. How many guys on the squad?
10.
10? Alright. 3 are dead. Next boat, 3 to 3 shots. For 6 shots.
hits?
Roll the 1. I wish. Only 5 hits.
Okay.
Only 5.
Only 5.
Only 5.
Only 4 wounds.
Alright.
Only 3 more die.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Alright, we will shoot the pony into the Drazar, might as well. 4s, 1 hit. T3 or 4? 4. 4 wound? No, right, it's good talk. Alright, so you can hear what I'm doing with the grotesques?
Can't heroic with the grotesque, that's correct.
Sounds good. We're just gonna charge the, go charge this because I can't shoot anything else.
Okay.
We're just gonna charge the, troop one.
Okay.
Shouldn't be able to fail. Oh, look at that one. This wall's like super thin, so I can fight them through
Yeah.
the wall. Yep. Because they're on the wall.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna come in over here, on the bottom floor, over here. It's gonna be outside the mission tasks. The wall's less than half an inch, so if I get guys on the outside of the wall, I'll be able to fight. I'm gonna stay outside for 3 days, alright?
Okay.
Seems like a good idea.
Don't know why you would do that.
I have no idea. You can kill the pony, but like, stay outside 3 days, alright? So this guy's gonna be outside 3 days. He'll be able to balance now. Lays has to be able to just pound and fight, so on a 6, take more wound. There's 10 guys in that squad.
I will heroic over here. They also get the 6s on the charge?
Yes.
All priests get that.
All priests get that. That's the thing that all priests have. 1 more.
One mortal. How many attacks are they?
2 each. We roll hitting on 4s, we roll on 1, 6 cause 2 additional hits.
Sure, let's actually take this on the off chance that we survive.
Sounds good. Alright, so you make the pony fight last.
I
Yes, you
definitely
do. Alright, so we're gonna fight. We're gonna file these as in. These as in. So I think 2 guys won't be able to fight.
Sounds good to me.
I think these
Yeah,
two.
those last 2. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, so this guy can file it over here. This guy just can't. Yeah, just 2 guys don't want to fight.
Okay.
So that's going to be 16 attacks. Hitting on 4s.
Got 44 years on one watch.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oof, that's a bunch of 6s.
It's okay. We'll roll a bunch of 1s to win. It'll be okay.
6 6s, so that's 12 additional hits.
Thank you, MS9204 for the follow, as well as Meaty Hooks for the
12
follow.
additional hits.
Wally
Bruce,
1. Actually, we got a couple more people
Oh yeah, a bunch of 1s and 2s.
since our last check.
But not enough.
Another one.
This does not.
Zeldor.
This doesn't have. This does not have
Withdraw.
the. What's the one that gives
Thank you
+1
guys
to
for
armor
following.
from being charged, right? Is it defensible that does that?
I think it's like heavy cover.
Can we check real quick?
Yeah, it's heavy cover, I believe.
Snow bunker, heavy cover.
Sure.
So minus.
No AP. So it's what, 3 ups?
Yeah. How many are?
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 3 ups. And there's what, 3 guys left?
Yep. They're gonna do their best. 14, you said.
Yes. They are dead.
1, 2. No. they're
Alright,
not.
well there's 1 guy left.
There's 1 guy left,
Alright.
which is what I need.
Guy.
Well, you'll fill your morale.
Hopefully, I roll on a 1. He does not. So.
On a 1, he doesn't. So Drazar just picks up the guy.
Yep. And Drazar fights twice every time that he fights. So I'm gonna
So
fight.
if you pile into him,
Mhm.
if you pile into, when does he fight? Does he fight?
He has 2 activations. So he's gonna activate once. He's gonna
Sure.
fight and kill the pony.
Sure.
And he's gonna activate twice.
Sure.
I can roll out the pony if you want.
The pony is dead. Like 1, 6 up. Yeah, bonus attacks. You get at least 2 ones. But I can roll on the guys. Yep.
7 attacks against them.
So 2s.
And 2s.
Yep.
5.
Alright, he's got. Well, you missed 3 times.
I missed twice.
You missed twice and then you rolled 1. That should
Yes.
have been.
So I had 7 attacks. Sorry.
So 4. So 4 5 ups. How much damage?
2 damage apiece.
Feeling things. First guy.
Or actually, it's
Dead.
3. Sorry, it's 3 damage apiece.
Alright, so first guy's dead, second guy dies. So 2 die. We'll kill these 2 over here.
Okay.
I'm leadership 8, so I can't fail leadership. You're just tagging me again, yeah.
Might as well.
Leadership for me.
I said I should roll my
Wait, actually,
balance.
I'm gonna
dice.
fight twice. I'm just gonna fight twice. I don't want you to even risk it.
Bummer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go down to 1 CP. We'll put 4 guys into that 1 guy.
Mhm.
We'll put 4 guys in the Drazar.
They charge this turn,
Yes.
and I did not heroic into them, so you cannot target Drazar.
We'll just put them all into that 1 guy. Do you want to just pick
I
them
will
up?
just pull them up.
There you go. I don't want to risk you that for 1. You do not need 5 points. I'm denying you 5 points.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, and then my pusher gets to fight. So you get to fight.
I get to fight first. We'll do the racks.
They are in non-combo with her? Didn't
They piled into her.
Oh, they did? I thought
Yes.
they didn't. Okay, that's fine. I thought they didn't.
I
I thought you said they were out of range from them.
I
That's fine.
don't remember. Okay.
I thought you kept them outside range. I thought you only piled the witch in there though.
I can have them not fight. It's not a big deal to me.
On a 4 up, they don't?
Sure. All right. So
I
they
say
do.
fight.
Shooting on 2s.
Yep.
Shooting on 4s.
Let me show you guys the score real quick. I took it away mainly
3
because
minus-
they were
does the
doing a
minus
lot of
matter?
movement in the
Yeah.
bottom
3
left.
minus 2 and 2 minus 1.
So this
So
is where
they're
we're
all-
currently
they're
at
all
right
5
now.
minimal now,
Once I get an
right? So
update,
5
I'll
minimal
update the
hits.
score again. The CPs
She
should
takes
be
2,
correct.
She's down to 1.
Okay.
No, she's down to 2. She's down to 2.
How many wounds did she start with?
5.
Okay.
She
And she
took-
took 1 from the
Exploded. Yeah. Or she took 1 from something.
Yes.
4 attacks from your boat. 3s. Now she's hitting you. 5's a wound. 2 minus 3.
Fail both?
Dead.
Dang. I explode. I do.
Yes, you do.
On your 2.
She's dead.
She's dead. And 2 on the Rex. And they lose 1.
Yep. Alright, well, that was big. That was important to kill that. So now it is no chance to kill me. Yep. And I'm on that objective. Yes. Indeed. So that's dead. Yeah, you got 1 rack left there.
Yep.
Alright, so I have another 3 for engagement on fronts. So I'm up to 9 for engagement on fronts. You go up to 1 CP. So I'm at 1 CP, you're at 1 CP. A. B. C. You get no primary.
Oh, this guy's dead.
Yes, he is dead. So I'm up to 9,
42?
15, 40, no.
Oh, plus 6. Or plus 3 for the sickness.
Yeah, so I've got 6 for assassinate, 9 for engage, so that's 15 plus 30. I'm up to 45.
I'm at 16.
I'm up to 55 total from pain, but yeah, you're at 16. Can you fall back in charge and everything?
I with 1 CP I could. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to decide what the game plan is.
Actually, I think that was
advanced to
the
grotesques.
Sounds good.
finish of tour. Sorry about that.
You guys are going to turn 3 now?
This
Yeah,
is
this is bottom of
bottom 3.
So it looks like we're at the actual bottom 3. The CPU is spent, but they
We both
both
have
have got
CP.
1.
Yeah.
So you guys are both at 1 CP.
And one of them was wounded, right?
Yes, or he took.
No,
he
you
took- no.
you made your fill of bandage.
Yes, I
you
did
made your
both
fill of
those
bandage.
things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna heal him. I don't think. Yeah, he cannot heal himself.
Yep.
That's right. So I don't need to actually.
I'm like a coward.
True. I don't have very many models left. It makes it easy.
Could Drazar have even fought them if he didn't have heroically advantage them?
I thought it was just you're eligible to fight if you're within engagement range
I just think it's a weird interaction that you pile into me and then I can't fight you.
because you're a charger.
True.
So that's the only reason why is that I ended it within engagement range, and then he's eligible to activate because he already.
This is
fought.
a weird rules
It is.
interaction.
It is a weird rules interaction. I would agree with you there. No complaints. Those guys up.
One dude, one punk.
Yeah. We got lucky with a lot of stuff, so we don't have a lot. I think I don't have any shooting.
Cool.
We'll just charge.
Sounds good.
Grotesque will multi-charge. Both
Go ahead,
those guys
charge
there.
both those, so you need what, 9?
A 9. Nope. I will CP that with my 1
Cool.
CP. No.
No.
Sad.
Very sad.
Yeah, they needed to roll better than a 2 on their advance, and that would have been interesting. And the homunculus into them. 8 rolls.
He
Great.
makes it.
A roll to see if I make you fight last. I guess it doesn't matter, right? You can't interrupt.
I can't interrupt, but I can fight before Drazar.
True. See if I fight last. Make you fight last.
Who
That's
should
that.
be?
Okay. Then the homunculus with his one with his Ichor injector. If he hits you, it does a mortal. 1 mortal.
Feel the pain? I'm good.
And 4 attacks that hit on 2s. And scissor hands, so they wound on 2s. 2 free wounds, -2, 1 damage.
5 levels, 5 from the pains. 2 die. We're gonna kill the 2 that are engaged with Drazar.
Okay.
Hopefully take them out of combat with him. Yeah, it should be outside the range now. So basically not in the range. Yep, so Drazar's not in combat.
Mhm.
We're gonna pile in and just fight the homunculus. Well, some of them will just stick with it because they don't want to pound it. So that's going to be 4, 5 guys. No, just 4 guys in them amongst this. No, I should be able to get more into them. That is aimed a little bit closer to the Tracer, just not engagement range. All right, so 5 guys into amongst this. 2 contacts. 4s, rolling 1s. And what's the toughness?
4.
Alright, cool. So 4's wound. No 6s this time. 4s. Give me 4.
4 ups and 5 up. Takes 1 more.
Cool. Sounds good to me. Okay.
I don't know if it's kosher for the stream. I'm okay calling it here.
Yeah, because
I can't score any more
table.
points, and so.
Yeah, because I table you next turn, I think, or at least I kill most of your stuff.
You were gonna kill a lot of stuff.
Because I'm gonna just pick. I'm just gonna go up to the 2CP, and then I'm just gonna unload blast cannons and the Drazar. Get these guys out. Give them pulsable strength. So they're gonna be actually, yeah, I'm just gonna pulsable strength. So they're gonna be wounding your racks on 3s with 4 rerolls from the Tempest Manipulus, and then I'm just gonna shoot everything into everything. Yep. Yeah. So I would get 95 to
16.
16. Yep. Good game.
Okay. Yeah, if I go first, it's a
More
much
game.
different game.
Yeah, very much more different. Very
Yeah,
much
it
more
was
different.
really pivoted on that.
Yeah. I don't know if I could have deep struck the plane, I guess, but
What point is that?
what point? What's the point of it?
So it survives 1 turn, but it can't fly over anything.
Yeah, but the point is not. I took it also as while we stand. So I mean, the
True.
idea is if I get 1 turn of you don't shoot me because I'm able to hide everything better. So the other mistake I made was I should have the Ravager that I should have lost instead of the Raider with my other while we stand. But if I hide the plane actually gets to come in and potentially shoot something, and
That's true.
if it kills a chicken, even just 1 chicken is worth it, and then you have to shoot on that turn 2 there. Turn 1, you only had 2 targets,
Yeah.
and if I deep strike the plane, you only have 1.
Yeah.
So it was better to deep strike the plane and make the better positioning there.
True.
So it's a tough matchup. Going second.
No, this is a really good list against Dark Eldar.
Yeah.
Because like even if you
Got-
went first, you wouldn't have been really easy. It wouldn't have been easy to get my tanks like here. You would have had 1, but like.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to shoot. I would. The main thing would have been the mortals and getting the plane off the board.
Yeah.
And also the movement, right? Because the other thing is with turn 1, with all the infiltrates,
Yeah.
is like, would you have aggressively moved up all your transports if I had gotten first turn?
Probably.
Okay.
Because the thing is that like I have to move up, and then the thing is that like I don't want them to be like all bombed together.
Yeah.
And it's like if you move up, it forces you to not move up either. Because like if you move up, then I can just charge and shoot you.
And I'm also, the nice thing is on turn 2 I actually get advance and charge. So I get this first turn, I do some shooting, lose some stuff, but then on my next turn I actually get to respond.
This terrain definitely favored AdMeg because of the wide.
I don't know how much more better. I honestly think the terrain was as good as I could have wished. I mean, these giant
Yeah.
thing is obscuring.
Because like this whole thing was
This whole
obscuring.
thing is
He was
obscuring.
able to hide everything back in that corner for like.
Yeah.
I could never get my side to it. Like all I could do was the mortar tanks. He just hid there forever. But eventually I just like moved up onto him, and it was just like you only had it for so long.
Round started at 9, so it's been 2 hours. So we got another 30 minutes.
Yep. Hey!
30 more minutes,
AdMech
guys.
won. Yay! Victory!
I never win when I play, so I'm happy to see an AdMeg player win. I think I'm usually playing Necrons and Chaos.
The hold 2, hold 3 is also really hard.
My list
Yeah, your
is
list
really
built
good
for
for the
that.
whole 2.
Most other Dark Eldar lists are really well built for the hold 2, hold 3, and they just give up raiders and stuff. My whole game plan coming into the event was on these hold 1, hold 2s, just holding 2 with the Wally stands sitting on the back, and playing from there. But if I'd been able to get the witches over here, it would have meant maybe a different story. But
Yeah.
But then I just went first, and it's like, all right, that Raider's dead, old witch is dead, this is dead, that is dead. Yep.
But it's just nice being able to see, like, at least from the IMAX side, actually being able to see, like, you actually be able to move across the board
Yes.
instead of just sit in one spot, because that's what IMAX used to do.
Nope.
It's like,
I don't play boring AdMag. I play I'm in your face AdMag.
There's no other way to play.
Well,
There is no other way to play them, at least not correctly.
well, the
Those
thing is
yours.
that IMAX, a lot of their units, yeah, I mean, you're an IMAX player, so you know a lot of their units we don't have good movement range.
So I fixed that with the transports.
Exactly, and that's exactly what the transports are good for. But they're standard troops, but before the transports, there wasn't really anything to get you across the board.
There was not.
So, but now that we actually have transports and, you know, and with the horses actually move, units actually move.
Oh
we
wait,
actually,
wait, my score is wrong.
we actually move
I have 3
across
less
the-
points.
Oh, for
Because I only got 12 points for assassinate, because you only have 4 characters. So we're less
yes,
So I got 92 points.
that's Nate to fix it.
Yeah, because I could never max, because like I could never max, so I lost 8 points. It was 92 points. Yeah. Let's be honest, because I don't want stream to catch me.
And they will catch
They will catch me.
Right, just updated the points to down to 92.
Right. Sure.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not a cheater. Not a cheater.
No, the cool thing about the stream is they've been able to catch a lot of stuff throughout the entire weekend.
Yeah.
That we bring up, and sometimes we call Jeff just to kind of verify it.
Yeah.
Just keep everything honest.
No, that's all good.
That's one of the benefits I like having a stream game, because that way,
Yeah.
because
I love playing on stream. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
And it's educational too. Like people who don't have AdMech or Drakari at their like home play group, just to like see how a rule is played.
Yeah.
You know, is like know what to expect a little bit, or
and just see the interaction.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Like I can imagine, like if I didn't get to, if, like wasn't in a Metroplex with every possible army being played, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard too. All the Drakari stuff's been sold out for since
The W's been
before
having
the
like
book
a hard
dropped.
time with like just like keeping everything installed.
If I didn't play them in 8th, I would not have them.
Oh, really? You can't even get the models?
There's some things that are in stock, but most of it is out. So
Yeah, the guys out there, they're saying that when the AdMech book codex drops next month, they're expecting like all the AdMech stuff to be gone.
I've already got like a billion out of my stuff. I'll just scalp it.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of units, so I've bought a few.
You just come see me. I got everything. I got like 3 extra planes on bill. I've got like 6 units of dogs on bill.
Okay.
Yeah, just come see me, man.
got the sauce.
I got the sauce. I got the sauce. No, I just bought like I bought like 9 units of the ponies like before, and then I'm only using 1 unit of 3.
Nice.
About 9 boxes. I'm just using 1 unit of 3.
Yeah, out there I just bought the flyer, the ponies, and then some destroyers.
Yeah.
Just to flash it, because I only have 2 Skitari units, an onager, and and one of the chickens.
I've got like.
Alright guys,
3
that's it for
onagers.
the
I've got,
game,
like, everything. I've got,
for this
like, 6
game.
of those
So what I'm gonna do is I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep the
also-
camera on for a few minutes here, and I'm gonna move the top camera to try to center it back.
No, that makes just a fun army to play. Like if you don't play, as long as you don't play them as like static gunline, they're a fun army to play. I hate static gunline.
Yeah, I need a.
It's just
In terms of their actual placings, I'm not sure, but they came into the games undefeated with both 3-0
I'm in Southwest
coming into the games.
don't
I do know
if
that they
there's
are
any
not the top tables
groups,
MSI.
where I am, but I know I was talking to someone out there, and they were saying that there's a comic shop near me, Y2K Comics. They're apparently starting up a group, so I check that out. But
nice. So stream done?
It's still live, so what I usually like doing is I like leaving the top cam or the audio for it open, because
So I can't be talking about government secrets right now.
no, not right now. Just get away. You can, but they'll hear it. But the viewers at home kind of like interactions after the games, because sometimes people are like, oh, I should have done this, or
Yeah.
talking about the event itself, and because
Yeah.
this is really the only interaction they would get
Yeah.
outside of the actual game that's not game specific.
Fair enough.
So I
My
like
Inquisitor,
hanging
she
cool.
was a hero. She's like Alex.
Yeah.
She smited me down. Smited down like
But
two characters.
there was a model that I wasn't like familiar with that had what was the 14 attacks craziness?
The succubus. Yeah. So
It's weird rules interaction.
yeah. So it's not in the Drakari Codex. It's in the Cult of Strife supplement, which is in the Book of Rust.
That might be why it's not FAQ.
That's why it's not FAQ'd. It's coming out soon. But you take the relic, I forget what its Blood Lotus Toxin, which is +1 strength, +1 damage. And you take the Warlord trait, Competitive Edge, which is all of that is from that supplement. And so, and I take the +1 attack combat drug, and so it's 6 attacks +1, 7 attacks. You take Razor Flails, and Razor Flails, you make 2 hit rolls for every attack, so you make 14 attacks. Competitive Edge, the wording is every attack that does not make it to the inflict damage stage generates an extra attack. And so you get 14 attacks, you roll it all out, and then like, let's say I wound with 3, then I missed with 11, and you multiply that by 2 again for the Razor Flails. And so like I get 14 attacks, 3 go through, that's 6 damage, here's 22 more attacks. You're like literally 33% more than I just rolled.
So
So
melee ones are the full.
so they need to
That's probably the thing. Like,
they fix that, but
They're still good.
I am an optimist. All right, for the faction, there's a bunch of other traits. Like there is a warlord trait that 6s to hit, do the damage of the weapon, immortals, but you just end the attack. So 14 attacks with 2 damage, you just fish for 6s, and it'll kill most characters. Like you don't have to, you still
You
don't
just
have.
get like 3 6s in the business.
And then
like 6 more wounds.
it kills the character.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it becomes less of a jack of all trades. 'Cause right now, she literally wants to attack anything in the game. Like,
Except maybe a knight.
huh?
Maybe knights.
Even then, you
Still win them on 6s. Force
Yeah.
to attack, still win them on 6s. It's just like
but you reroll wounds.
a real wounds.
Yeah, you just pay the CP to reroll wounds,
Fair enough.
and then everything's
You're
-2.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just like now. The question is, knight's what? 400 something points? I don't know how many points a knight is nowadays.
Or at least 400.
At least 400 points. It's a 60-point model.
So I'm gonna leave that alone. Push it this way.
So as long as you do 6 wound, or however many you see,
Yeah, as long as you do enough damage to it, it's like you're getting it once back. True.
and in a pure knights matchup, she's got nothing else to go into anyway. So
So you guys are indeed models for a stream game with good sportsmanship.
Well, thank you. Thank you, chat.
nice.
Very nice.
Do you guys want these dice back?
No, they're for you.
mine.
to
Whoa.
have. Yep, I'm giving
Yes.
anybody who streams, you guys get them. So.
That's awesome.
Those are official EBIT dice.
That's fun.
Thanks,
guys.
EBIT stands for everything's bigger in Texas.
Yes, thank you. That's fun.
You see, I used to be 6'2.5". Now I'm 6'3". In Texas.
Because you're in Texas.
Because I'm in Texas.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
absolutely true.
my second
True statement.
ever GT. I moved out here 2 years ago from Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And so
Because I've seen you at other events.
I think I've been to a lot of local stuff.
Okay.
Only RTTs and stuff.
Okay.
And then one GT out in Arizona in like 2019.
So you didn't go to the the one at the stadium, so you weren't at that?
No, I wasn't.
So I've seen you at some other events. I'm trying to- Did you go to, or maybe probably just at a local store?
Yeah, I'll probably to a local store or something.
Because I'm based out of North Richmond Hills, so but I go to.
Yeah, everywhere is. This is your full-time business?
No. This is So I work in construction.
Oh, nice.
So I'm a construction engineer, I guess. I'm not a
Laborer, you're just doing the plans and stuff.
Yeah, but I do this as like my hobby.
Your
So
hobby,
it's
yeah.
turned into a job kind of. Deal.
Yeah.
But I'm more known for
There's a guy walking.
on the fighting games.
There's literally a guy.
Oh, really?
So I run-
Oh, that guy. He's
I run-
one of the
yeah, I run
physical
events.
guys.
Oh,
So I just started getting into
Yeah, so he's
tabletop.
I usually
stream
run
and
the
learn
Frankers
it,
Dominus.
'cause
But he's like,
I feel like
the
there's
guy
not
who's on,
enough
like, he's from Portugal,
streamers
he's on
for
like a big
tabletop. So
dice.
this is like
Yeah.
not
And-
a normal.
Yeah, there's a lot to be learned too, and just
Yeah.
like getting good camera angles.
Yeah, and I'm literally like learning. Every time I stream, I learn new things about like how to properly do tabletop and what people are looking for, what they're asking for.
Sorry.
It's always revolving, changing it.
No, that's
Getting
most
multiple
of the breakbacks
cameras,
model with a
setting it
sorry
up
head.
right, and some people are like, oh, we just like
Okay.
one top camera, and this is
Okay.
Yeah, I love the overlay. That's awesome.
so yeah, and I could show you like all the different ones that we have in Panther.
Yeah.
So that one, and usually I run this one. This is the one that kind of gives you all the information. So it has all the cameras,
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool.
and I can swap the tape at any point, and then I can do the hand camera.
Dude, you're doing an awesome job with this, man.
Thank you so much. And then this is the one where
This is the guy.
you know the audio's still piping, and
So
it gives
basically,
you
he's
a chance.
Yeah,
It's
for
like a
for the
happy
big
background.
sponsors.
and the sponsors.
And basically, he's got
people are still
so basically I can put him on
hanging
that.
out talking. So it's like 46 people, even though we're still
Cool.
done
So
playing.
I never really plan on doing it, but like, yeah.
You guys are still interacting, you guys are still talking. That's why
Yeah.
this is the cool part. And I had to. The camera was off center at the top because when Nate whatever switched out the tables.
Yeah.
They
moved
pushed
the
the
table.
slide. Yeah, they pushed the slide off so that. So I fixed it now, and luckily for the game when you guys started already, it was just at the very top edge of that side.
Oh, okay.
So we got the whole game with this.
Nice.
So we didn't use anything for it. Now it looks like it's pretty set. So
Let's see. I know how to
what
play.
is set? So,
And someone who's actually good. Because I don't really have.
Actually, I do got a question for you guys at home. Do you guys prefer for me to shut off the stream and come back for the next game, or do you just want me to keep this rock and rolling until we get to the next game? Because what I can usually do is cut off the audio and just leave the background like this and wait for the next stream. But I don't know what you guys would prefer. We still got about 20 minutes left on this round, and actually, I don't know if there's even a lunch.
What did I target on turn 1?
It was really tough, Brian,
And this guy
just
over
because
here. This guy over here. She shot this guy over here. And shot the plane.
the
You
AdMech
walk
player
this guy.
got first turn, and based on the
The
from
plane
what you
was
can see, there's a lot of
like,
firing
oh, this
lanes,
was anyways.
and he was just shot a lot of shots, took a lot of damage on the Dark Elder side or Drukari side.
Yeah. No, if you have a bunch of incubi, I don't like you having a bunch of incubi. I'm just like, no, I'm gonna sacrifice that plane for however good he is to explode. Because he killed like 4 more.
I'm not really much of an entertainer, northern painter. Last night we determined that my voice is like too low in monotone, so I'll try my best, but at least I'll have something going on in the background. And what I can do is I can kind of like take in the background noise. And actually the camera's kind of low. Let me pan it up a little bit.
I'm not super confident. I don't like I'm winning, but like I just feel like if
At least you can play a game.
yeah, and just like even just the mitigation of even with the pregame stuff being out in the open. My question is, what do you think? What would you prefer? What is the target selection against a list like yours that I should be aiming for?
You
Should
need
I
to kill
be
the
copying
disintegrators,
the transports or just
I'm not much of an answer
Disintegrators are my
either.
most important
Sorry,
things.
MSI.
That's what I thought.
Everything else is basically distraction complexes. But the thing is that like if you're not popping transports, then the guys are gonna get out and they're just gonna charge you. But if you pop the transports, it's like, cool, I'm gonna get out within 6 inches and not have to roll for it.
Yeah, I think the
And the plane is in there. You gotta deal with the plane too.
yeah eventually. I think that the chickens too. I mean, I just hope to roll better on invulns against those guys. The melee priests, I'm not as with their.
Hey Norton, this is the first match of the day. We started at 9 in the morning, and they finished a little early on this game. That's the final score. So we're just waiting for the next set of matches. But I don't know if we were doing like a lunch break or something going on. If there is a lunch break, I'm going to take the opportunity to try to grab some people to interview.
It's hard to deploy anything over here.
It was hard. It was hard for me to hide anything, and I was just like, well, if it's hard for me to hide anything, well, it's gonna be hard for him. It's like, hope to go first. It's like, even if I don't go first, he can't hide everything and still shoot me. Because you only fire with one thing.
Yeah.
It's like, if I do go first, I don't want to preserve everything. Because then it's like, cool, I can't do anything.
Yeah, I think the plan was.
That's awesome, Brian.
Try to take that one bell rust.
No, we definitely want to support the sponsors here because, I mean, for tabletop, this is relatively like, these kind of events don't happen often. And when they do, it takes sponsors like these guys that really help us out a lot.
And like I was also very
So these guys are, some of they donated and help a lot for the event themselves,
Yeah, I feel
just
like,
to
though, if I
get
had
Dallas
gone
up and going.
first,
So
what
any
was really
moment I
that
can to just shout out and give
all the
them
chickens got to shoot something.
Yep.
props for just
All the
helping us
Belarus
out.
got to put their cannons somewhere they wanted. So the only thing I take extra is the D6s on the Belarus. And so I think that,
The D6 never have summers.
yeah, but I feel like that is a much better, like, sure, you get everything's out in the open, but you already got to shoot everything, so I lose the same amount in theory. I lose better targets maybe, but
True.
yeah. So definitely misplayed the boat, the witch boat, and should keep sharp on. Should have rolled better on go for turn one.
Should have rolled better.
Do that.
Just
my
roll
next
better.
game. Just roll better.
Just go first.
Just go first.
Now I have my balanced. Everything's bigger in Texas dice, so
Yes.
You do roll really well.
they're balanced.
Very balanced.
A lot of people like them, but
My
they just
invuln.
roll like any other dice.
I'll always roll my invulns, and if anyone complains, I'll just send
But they
them.
are official
Yeah, I
chess.
got
Not chess six that make these.
Okay, great.
Doesn't mean they made them.
So anybody gives you any kind of lip
Any
vibe,
flack, I'm like,
hey, they're actual official.
Yeah,
chess
I didn't
dice.
do anything to these. I got them from playing on stream.
all the results are also on my dice are bigger because it's Texas. It's plus one to
Yes.
these dice.
Oh, just a roll for morale.
It's true. I modified one still.
Thanks, Kyle, and thanks, Northern Painter, for the follows. Appreciate it, guys.
Is this do we get a lunch after this one, or do we get a lunch after the second game?
Let me
Should we
double
get
check.
lunch after this?
I'm pretty sure it's after this. I can tell you what time the next game is scheduled to start.
Okay,
One
perfect.
second.
So we get a lunch, and then I can maybe scramble and look for people to chat on the stream and just kind of talk and interact, because the viewers are here and they're not leaving. So they want to.
And we can. If they have any questions about either of the armies, I don't know. I'm down to sit in here for a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm by far from a super experienced player, but I can give my take.
Oh yeah, no, certainly.
For what it is worth. The next round is supposed to start at 12:30. So we got an hour and 15.
I am going to at least get some food. Because I'm hungry.
They are serving lunch here today.
Yes.
So
So I'm going to go grab some.
Oh, there. Is it part of the ticket?
So I think you have
Yeah.
to pay for it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are they serving lunch?
Saturday and Sunday lunch, last I was told, was provided for us.
Oh.
So I don't know how that is. Maybe clarify with Nate. But
I mean, I'm just going to go try and find some food.
Yep.
Probably after lobby. Don't bad talk me too much. I'll be back.
So yeah, I got all the cameras active, so
Oh, great.
they're on the camera too.
some more people can only see me. I don't know.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Well, hey guys, you got one of the players here that's still from last match. So any kind of questions you guys have for him, feel free to ask. But he's looking at the screen too.
Or what it's like.
Or just that, yeah, just the event in general. Well, actually, just go ahead and tell me about the event. Like you've been playing for how long? How long have you been playing for?
Yeah, I started at the beginning of 8th. Actually, it was my college pastor and my brother got me into the game. So it was something we just played in their backyard.
Oh wow.
And I am like king of like cardboard, like Amazon box terrain, like super gluing it together and like using a kitchen room, like dining room table. Like for the first about year and a half, I played 40K. We all
That's
did
awesome.
that. We're a pretty close group, but we love listening to like competitive podcasts and love like the competitive aspect of the game. And so we do some net listing and we've been playing these like intense competitive games in our own home, and then we started branching out and doing tournaments and stuff. And so started at the beginning of 8th, and it's really awesome. I just love the game, love the community,
And for you, I would say you being here in Texas was like certainly like one of the best places to play.
It's really lucky to end up here. And
Yeah,
to be
we're certainly like extremely lucky to have such a strong community to be in
Yeah.
here in Texas.
it's really awesome to see. I think there's 90 tables in the main hall.
In the main hall, yep.
And
So Species was asking the question, so how awesome was it to play Warhammer in person after that crazy year?
yeah, it was pretty incredible. I mean, everyone had to stop playing basically.
Yes,
you know,
the
and,
entire world.
Yeah, like Tabletop Simulator was the only. I don't know if sorry if that's not mentioned.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Literally right out there.
Great, thank you.
Do what you want.
Uh,
I'm gonna get some drinks.
Sounds good. It feels great to play again. Being vaccinated really helps too, just the safety and protocol.
Yes.
And I don't know if the students saw that, but our masks are off because I'm pretty sure everyone in the room's gotten some form of the vaccine.
No, a lot of some people ask, and we do the disclaimer here at Dallas Open. Safety is a big concern. I know it does seem kind of crazy that there's a lot of people coming out playing at such a big event, but in terms for like safety, if you're out there in the main ballroom, everyone has to wear masks.
Yeah.
So it is a requirement, and it's one of those things here that we strive for. For me, I got my second shot like not too long ago. 1 second here, got a question.
That feels good. I mean, especially getting to meet people. Like, there's a lot of top personalities, I guess. So if you're also at the event, or just in Texas, or just even around the country.
Yeah.
This is my first opportunity to get exposed to some of the better teams, and so it's just really, really cool. Like Mark was Team Battle Brothers, right? And
Yes, Team Battle Brothers. Yeah. They're a pretty decent sized group.
Yeah, they're out of Virginia, right? Or just the East Coast in general. But
Up for the next season.
oh, okay.
Got a 6-ring plan for the next game?
Yeah, Wyatt, sorry.
Oh, Wyatt, nice. Well, stream, you guys asked for it yesterday. You've been bugging me about Wyatt, so you guys got him.
You get it today.
You can get him
Get
today.
to Wyatt. Jerry finish?
Huh?
Yeah, they finished up. So now we're just, we're still live. And people are
I got smashed. Going turn 2 against Admech Gunline is sometimes difficult.
Oof. Should have practiced it, Robert.
Actually, this is one of my most practiced matchups. I play online with a buddy who he plays a triple Belarus, Shooty Priest, Electro Priest list.
Big guy top of the turn was able to
Yeah,
get some
got
stuff
top
on
of the turn. I misplayed in deployment, and but also if I had gone first, I think it's a much different after all the scramble onto the objective. Bomber gets to go off, and
a lot of people call it on stream, like, you're not getting first, it's gonna hurt.
it's gonna hurt, yeah.
Well, did you have fun though?
Oh, it was great. I loved
And then it's a win.
Yeah, I love playing on the stream, and I knew for a fact I was not winning this event, and so a little bit, it's like the pressure off.
Yes.
A little bit bummed that I scored 16 points on stream with all the friends and family watching, like 1693. I'm like, ooh, bummer. I swear I'm okay. I swear I could play this game at an okay level.
I was up pressure. It's the lights. It's the lights.
I'll take water.
Oh man, well better luck next game.
Yeah.
But still, even regardless, I mean, you both came in 3-0
I'm good.
into the event, so you guys are doing very well.
Yeah. Drakari's a strong book. I'll say that.
Yeah, no, definitely. And Gator, so we're still live. The viewers don't want me to turn off the stream.
That's fine.
So the camera's on.
Stuff on my face.
And yeah, stuff your face and talk. Occasionally, sometimes some of the things don't ask.
I can't read that, so just let me know if they're asking me.
Okay, yeah, exactly. But you can at least see that hanging out, watching you guys.
Absolutely, give these guys a good time. And I looked in at the game room. It looks like there's like 25 minutes left or something.
Yeah, in the round. Yeah. And then
lunch.
Yeah,
And then
lunch.
lunch.
Next round's in an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next round is 12:30.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And 3. It might be a little bit later.
You might be
but
giving
yeah.
us an hour for lunch. I don't know.
So it looks like the next round is going to be around 12:30, but I'll confirm. So it looks like we got some time between now and the next match.
I'm also gonna grab sandwiches real quick. I'll be
They're
right back.
literally
Three
right
high-level
up there.
players here. And I know
We got
some
Sean
of them are
Naden as well, yeah. Sean Naden looking on the body.
running- and two of them are running Jakari. Or was it all three were for you, right?
Probably all three of them. I'm gonna beat them all with Admech.
You know.
I am.
Aggressive Admech. That's a.
I don't play no pansy Admech. I play some real Admech. Get in your face Admech. And shoot you from a distance at the same time Admech.
All fronts. Hitting on all fronts.
I'm very upfront with my opponent because I'm gonna just scout up my ass and then charge him.
Sure. I think we get it. Streamer I get it.
Hey, no one's policing it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you get fed or not. No one's policing it. They don't know you.
Yeah, like yesterday I was in the stream all day. 'Cause in between matches like this, I'm getting your view set up and setting up for the next stream.
Yeah.
And so I hadn't eaten literally the whole day.
Oh man.
One of them comes in and like, hey man, how's it going? I was like, I haven't eaten yet. He's like, oh. And he's like, let me do these things. I was like, oh, thanks. Because I'm at the window, like, for real.
Cold black pepper.
I can step out for like a few minutes and come back. Besides that, it's not tough. So, Mark, actually, you can, if you want to answer this question too, one of the viewers at home were asking, how does it feel like, or how awesome is it to play Warhammer in person after such a hiatus or long, crazy year?
That's assuming I've been on a hiatus.
Oh, fair. Because you have a team, right?
I am from Virginia.
So you have a.
So Virginia, we locked down for a bit, but like I've been at last week I was at a GT. 2 weeks before that, or like a bunch of weeks before that, I was at another GT. Came in second at both of those. So and I've been playing like RTCs and other stuff like that. So I have not been on hiatus.
Okay. So
I've been playing like local guys at like out of my house, at their house, in stores.
So how long have you been playing Warhammer in general? Just
I started in the 7th edition. I always wanted to play competitively, so I pretty much started playing competitively.
Okay.
With that in mind, I started playing back in 7th edition when Skitarii first dropped. They were my first army, so I've been on the Admech train for a long time.
Oh, nice. Is there anything in particular that you like about them? Just their aesthetics?
I like their aesthetics. I like that not too many other people play them. I like that they're really strong. Like they've got some of the best models in the game, like rules wise. Like this plane is insane, 130 points. The electric priests are insane for what they do. It's like it all accumulates into like a bunch of really good stuff, a bunch of really good rules, and basically you just gotta play them right. I mean, if you play the static gunline like Mars, you're doing them wrong. It's like you can't play the mission as well. It's like you move up a little bit, but it's like I'm in your face, and minus one to be hit is a lot more important than just killing your opponent better with call. Call is 200 points. I run one Tech Priest Dominus as my warlord for 80 points. I've got 120 extra points to basically put models in that table.
Instead of having call.
Instead of having call. Because like we're hitting on 3s, rolling 1s, exploding 6s is so much better than the call. In my opinion. For 80 points.
Rolling the 2s and 3s when you are minus 1 hit is not worth. You're already exploding 6s, like it's enough damage.
Yeah. And then what Mars will do is they'll throw another character in there for the exploding 6s, and then you have 2 characters babysitting your units instead of just 1.
Yeah.
I have 1 character babysitting all these units. I was like, you're wasting so many points on calling the extra character for exploding 6s.
Is there any particular matchups this weekend that you guys are looking forward to facing in general? I know, like in your case, like the gun line like this.
This one's. I mean, most other gun lines, you're not as dynamic on the board. So like against other gun lines, I can actually try to hide a little bit better because I don't. This was a bad mission as well. Hold 2, hold 3. Because on those hold 2, I always gonna have 1. I just need to fight for that second one. 40 on primary is more than enough to take a game, and so most gun lines I'm not too scared of. This happened to be a mission. All the objectives basically out in the open.
And super spread out too.
Yeah, I just don't have. I'm not running the spindly like MSU Drakari list that might be able to try to compete with.
So I played against 2 of those MSU Drakari lists, and I crossed them both at the last GT I was at last week. So.
But I would like to not play the mirror. I'm going to play the mirror at some point.
Oh, so mirror, you don't
Yeah.
want to do it.
I mean, my list.
It's just annoying for Dark LR.
It is just kind of annoying. I mean, I think my list. I don't know. I don't know how it matches up against the transport spam.
The problem is that you're not gonna your bomb transports turn one. That's like that doesn't do much for you.
Well, the bomber is in the list for more the list building of the while we stand against some armies. You just and well, this was my first GT in a really long time, so I wanted to be able to come to the table and pick 2 secondaries that I knew like 90% of the time. I don't think I had better picks than you, but like I was like, I'm gonna take while we stand. I am likely to get 10 on that. I'm probably gonna lose one of these things, but 10 is enough. And then I'm gonna take Herd the Prey, also bad in this particular matchup. But I'm gonna play this defensive, just play on my half of the board Jakari, which is very different than the engage on all fronts. You know, and put something everywhere. And my thought was, oh, okay, I get to better dictate, you know, the pace of the game, at least for myself. I don't know if it's objectively the best Jakari list, maybe not. But in terms of like user error, it's like way reduced in this versus a list where you have to pile in everybody correctly and know when to fault. You know, like just everything, you know? So that was my thought was taking it was, I know I'm not getting first based on who else is in this event. And so how am I going to pile my list to help my team do best in the ITC rankings? And, you know.
No, I built my list pretty much the same way, except I built it with like the 3 secondaries to my wall stands. Because like that's why I only have 8 menus and priests, so that I can fit, they're not more expensive than the disintegrators. Because if one more guy's in that squad, brings them up from like 134 to like 152, and it's like one day.
Yeah. Before I played 40K, I was a quote professional chess player from like age 12 to like 21 through college, and so I feel like, at least in the 40K community, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't get out enough to talk to enough people, but it's like user error and like playing the objectively best thing versus playing the thing that is like there are mistakes, I guess. And in chess, like you're trained like right, like it doesn't matter. Like your opponent can find the best thing. There's no like dice. There's no luck. There's no like objectively that move is wrong or that move is bad. And in 40K, it's like not the case at all. You know, it's like
you're playing the odds.
There's so many subjective little decisions that matter too, and it's like you only have 2.5 hours in a chess game. There's no dynamic element. Like you have your pieces, you can look 4 or 5 moves ahead. In 40K, like I missed all my shots. That completely changes my shooting phase, and you just can't plan that.
Would you say chess or like 40K is harder? Would you say like a competitive chess player would have a harder time adjusting to being like a competitive 40K player?
I think
I think, well, it's hard because like the transition the other way almost doesn't work. I mean, chess is so much more about how much time you put into it. I mean, people assume like, oh, you're smart, you can think ahead, like you at least be a good chess player.
When chess, like you got so many different like strategies that you can do. Like you know, like they're going for that strategy, they're going for that strategy, they're going for that strategy, that strategy.
And same thing with list building is kind of like openings. Like I'm going to bring this. This is my repertoire. This is what I know. I know my matchups, and I hope my opponent doesn't know my matchups as well as I do. But I would say it's competitive chess for 40K harder. It's so. I mean, in theory, I think 40K should be harder. I mean, there's more randomness. It's already way more than you can calculate, you know. But it's hard to say because chess, as a community, has been around since the 1800s. And so, like the development of chess style from world champion to world champion, it's well funded. Like like the World Chess Championship has millions of dollars of prize fund. Like it is a explored and fleshed out game. And so, do I think that Magnus Carlsen has more skill in chess than any 40K player has in 40K? I would say yes, and maybe that would offend people. But I just think that like, dude's been playing since he's been 6, And
no, I mean there's nothing offensive about that. The thing is that like, there's so much randomness in 40K too. Is like you be the best player in the world, but like get that dice. But it's like in chess, like you're the best player in the world. Like, you play that game. You know what your opponent can do. You know what's going to happen. There's no randomness.
Oh, I haven't seen him yet at all. I have no idea where he's at.
But I think a lot of chess players should do well.
Hands up. Stream live.
There's no money. You're actually spending money to play 40K, so you get money to play chess.
No, the viewers are all want us to stay on.
Oh,
So they're just kind of hanging out with us.
Still have a good game?
It was great.
It looked great, by the way. All of it. Getting honest,
Looks better than
coming through, tossing
Yeah,
back this morning.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
So
Going out to hang out the whole weekend?
Well, I'm heading up to Gangster, get some commissions to pick up.
Okay.
So here in the last 3 months or so, I'm now full-time hanging.
Oh man, yeah, that's
So,
great.
you know,
Super busy.
I've worked 2 days at my old job. Trophy school this.
Oh, okay.
So, I guess.
So you're not playing at all this weekend, you're just kind of hanging out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's, I'm heavily seduced right now for back and stuff.
Any more questions from the chat?
Let's see here.
Hey guys at home, these we're looking for questions. So if you guys have any questions or comments, throw them out here.
We might take them.
They might take them. Well, I can say at least the views are still here. They haven't left. So they haven't left. So the amount's pretty much the same from when
Yeah, I must be doing something right.
the game ended. So no, so they're still here hanging out.
Cool.
It's just me on 44 different accounts.
No, I'll just start playing them. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Just like stream on my phone. Just like put over front of the camera.
Yeah, for like
Yeah.
30 days.
That'd be funny.
Someone said that they play
I love that
against,
show. I was watching that
What's
last
your
night.
Twitch?
someone said that they play against Edmec regularly and it's always annoying. Playing against Edmec.
It's not on there.
I will say that
You know, last year.
in Texas, we've been like, I don't know why more people don't play AdMech. I feel like AdMech is.
Havoc is such a good army.
You know what?
It's so much fun.
While you guys
And,
are
like,
here, let me give a
online
shout
rankings
out
put
to
them
one of my good
sometimes,
friends.
not
His name's
S tier.
Tim,
That's a mistake.
and I'm gonna change the camera
I
real
think-
quick.
Right
to,
now, as the Drukari coming out, AdMech is now.
Where's
I don't know.
that?
You could disagree with it. The best army
And,
because
I
So
personally
he
think
he
that
does
this
painting for a living. He's based out
Admec army
of Dallas, Texas.
list.
Awesome
This
stuff.
is
You can
the
check him
best.
out online
I
as
think
well.
this list, like,
He has an
is
Instagram,
like
so
the
it's
best
Paint
meta.
Station
Because
Minis
it plays every single
on
meta army so
Instagram.
well.
Yeah.
Flash
I
your card
beat
for you guys to
Drukari,
see
I
real
beat-
quick.
I beat every other meta army.
yeah.
I don't lose the meta armies. I lose to like random stuff, not meta armies.
So yeah, for those of you guys who are
It's like, if
local
I'm
here to
against,
Texas,
like,
I'm not
the
sure. Do you
armies,
ship
it's
stuff
like, They
too?
have such a hard time with like this voice things.
Okay,
From
so
that,
he
it's
does
like
ship
Death Guard or Marines,
to
it's
people
like-
in Sweden. So check him out on Instagram, and that way you can reach out to him. I flashed his
The
card
worst part is all
on
the
stream.
filters and stuff that just comes down.
So take
Yes.
note and
It's just like, well, there's other shots, well, there's
go
other
from there.
shots, well, there's other
We do
shots.
have a question,
I understand.
guys.
Yeah.
What is typically your MVP in your current list for
My
both players?
disintegrators.
Your what?
My disintegrators.
Okay.
Thanks.
My tanks. Do disintegrators.
Care to elaborate on that? Just to.
Pew 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 pew. They just keep shooting. They don't. They're so hard to kill. 'Cause, like if you don't kill them turn one, like multiple or something like that, then like I'm gonna pick up everything that can kill them.
How do you feel about their -1 though against a lot of the meta like 2-up saves right now? Does it not matter?
So if I wasn't Digi's 8 with the -1 to hit, I would be like, oh man, I'm going against Dark Eldar. They're gonna like roll 3 and they're gonna hit me. It's like no, I'm going against Dark Eldar. They're gonna roll a 3. They're gonna miss me. They're gonna re-roll it. They're gonna roll 4, and then they're gonna roll 2. And that happens regularly. So because the thing is that like I can usually hide the disintegrators on like good terrain, and basically like turn 1, like I move out the other tanks, so like they have to deal with those tanks. If you don't deal with those tanks, you're gonna lose the game. And if you deal with those tanks, like move stuff to shoot those tanks, then the disintegrators come out, and they're gonna kill everything else. If I go first, the business is just like that. If I go second, I hide the disintegrators, and then it's just like next turn they come out and play.
Yeah.
Because they got such a good board range, and it's basically the boards are smaller, so the 36-inch range, they'll hit everything.
Yeah. Look at my list. Was usually this is a cop-out answer. All of the list pieces are really interchangeable. So I played a game against Emperor's Children, and I lost both Ravagers and the Plane turn 1. And it's just like that is 1/4 of my list that is just gone because they have the redeploy and there wasn't good terrain at that particular table, and so it's like I guess I just lose. But
You didn't lose.
I did not lose because it was a hold 1, hold 2, so I was able to at least stay in the game.
Okay.
But it was also like okay, the witches are gonna like they're polar strength. They would charge into something, prevent it from falling back, kill it in their turn, charge something else. You know, it's just a lot of really nice tools in the list, and they're pretty straightforward. You know, and so,
Razor's a monster.
Drazar, all the characters, or the homunculus doesn't do anything. I mean, if I were to change my current list, I don't know. It's hard because I love the -1 damage, and if I'm taking the -1 damage, I want the racks to be the upgraded ones, which requires a homunculus. But I'd say that just like you have a little tool for everything, and
That's often what my list is too. Is like it's just my disintegrators almost never die. That's why I'm saying was always stand and fights. Basically, they almost never die, and they usually just win the games just from being alive. But like my electric priests, they do work. Like in certain lists, like you get those 3 of them will save, and it's like people with so much trouble just killing through my electric priests. They just charge stuff and shoot stuff in them, and it's like 3 of them will 5 in the bank. I'm good.
Would you guys say if there's any particular models or units in your list that are often slept on, I guess, or often ignored that should not be ignored? Or is it pretty straightforward? Is it like these threats other players have consistently tried to kill each time?
People consistently try and kill the last kind of chickens because I usually will let them be out of sight instead of the disintegrators. And business is like, alright, cool, you kill the last kind of chickens. I don't really care so much because they usually whip anyways.
not this game.
Not this game. First game, first turn, 5 hits on 4 shots on the plane, 5 hits on the plane, 4 wounds on the plane, 5 wounds on the plane,
That is
4
the-
go through, plane's dead.
I hope that war trade does not make it back.
I doubt it's coming.
It's the 6.
If anything, it's going to be like pick
It's a real
one
feel
unit.
bad.
If anything, it's going to be a pick one unit instead of just like a 6-inch all around like models.
I would say for my sleeper pick, if I had one, it would definitely be the grotesques. I feel like they are expensive, I guess. They're 200 points for the unit of 5. But for their purpose of, you know, except with the exception of this game where I was just trying to like score some primary points at the end, I maybe could have kept them back there. They get shot anyway, but it's like they're tough. They don't die, and they get healed. In close combat, they're no joke. I mean, they pick up marine bodies. They're hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s, -2 or -3, depending on what you roll the wound. Everything picks up an intercessor. And, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's kind of awkward. What do you want to shoot into them? So usually they're my backfield objective holder. Usually pay a tax for whatever's going to sit on your own objective anyway, and so I figure I might as well get that extra points. They're infantry, they can do actions. Once they advance and charge, it's not hard if there's another objective on the short end of the table. I've had games where they start over here, and they, you know, turn 2, they get a little bit excited, and then turn 3, they're on the other side, they're dropping banners, they're doing stuff. So I think there's a reason probably why better players are not taking them than me, but they were my favorite. Back in 8th, the list I played and had a really great success with was Eldar Soup. I had 9 vibro cannons and 14 grotesques back when they had the 4-up or invuln, 6-up Feel No Pain. And the list was super, and I had 3 night spinners. And so the list was all this artillery in the back, and that's back when ITC scoring was kill more, hold more, and it was a little bit, I don't want to say simple, or it was a little more complex, I guess, technically on primary. But you like everyone automatically got 12 on secondary, you know, basically, you know, it didn't really matter. And then the list just always seemed to kill more, and it was always hard because it's like you have 14 grotesques in the center of the board. That's what it was. So I just love the unit. Maybe I'm sentimental. I own 14 of them, and if you go to gamesworkshop.com and look at how much they cost, you know, it's more of an attachment.
Yeah, it's more personal attachment too.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking why not, which I don't know who the question's referring to, but why not Dark Creed to turn off OPSEC?
Okay, so that's a great question. So Dark Creed is one of the Coven detachment traits. Okay. So I think that I really like Dark Creed. The reason why I didn't take it in my list is because my game plan for the event was just to have the Rax be a tough body and to have the Grotesque be a tough body. At -1 damage, it's really hard to kill them, and so that is why I took them that way.
Oh, just shoot stuffers. Just do one damage anyways.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though, is like there is a really awkward spot in the game where it's like I need really high strength 1 damage weapon with no AP. Like Night Spinners are the only, you know, or so like these like random like things that are really bad against the current meta are what's good against Grotesque. And so that's why I'm like, if they take a las cannon shot, if they take, you know, some multi-meltas, they have a chance, you know, it's like, because even with, you know, D6 plus 2.
They roll 3 is like, I cool, 2 damage, and now you get a feel
5 feel no pain, and they're just absorbing.
Yeah, I would not shoot my last cannons as the like Grotesque. I'd shoot them with the Drace one first.
Like I played Custodes in my second game, and all 3 damage across the army, but then the reduce to 2, and then you take feel no pains, and then it's like takes 3 or 4 shots to be able to like get through to be able to kill one grotesque. And at that point, you just spent a 200-point model's entire turn killing a 40-point model. That at the end of the day, if you don't kill them all, they're all going to jump back here again, and then get the points. So they're more of a distraction. I don't know what the range on the Dark Creed thing is. I don't know if it's 9 or 12, but
it wouldn't have made a difference.
No, in this game, no.
Whereas like the multiple damage actually makes more of a difference.
Yeah.
If you're just taking that coven just for that thing, it's like it's not really worth it.
The other thing that's nice about it though is the -2 to leadership across, or -1 to leadership if you're within 3 or 6. I forget. I actually have that. I have a -2 leadership upgrade on my raiders, which if I were to redo my list now, having played an event, it's mattered exactly 0 times.
So I've seen it matter if you're playing a lot of them. If you're playing a lot of them, you want to take it because you're gonna run them up anyways, and then like you give them -2 leadership with the incubi.
Yes.
So basically, then the incubi have a much higher chance of making you fight last.
My transports are just never alive by the time the incubi are dropping things because I only have 2
transports. Yeah.
And so my plan is probably to cut the Grizzly trophies from both of them. That's 10 points freed up in the list, and then I was trying to think about maybe cutting some incubi, re-kitting the scourges. Maybe I know Court of the Archon is real hot right now, so I might switch towards that direction. The 8-man incubi. So the other, I don't know. I really should have another transport in this list though too. Because usually it was like, oh, I'm going to put the incubi in a transport, which maybe I should do in my future games. I've always put the witches in there because they've been my always stand we fight every single game. So just about the way it worked out. So.
But I think having the lower number of transports, it's kind of puts a target on them.
Yeah. My thought was, maybe I misread, or my thought with why everyone was running transport spam was because well, the cheap reroll Dark Lances, and they're a body that is like really fast and can control and contest the board.
True.
And my thought was the Ravagers probably have a lot bigger target on their back because they can just put out a lot more damage. And so if my opponent's shooting them, maybe it takes some heat off the transports. But with only 2 and only 2 things that really want to be delivered into close combat, it's hard. I think if I could fit a 3rd transport in here, I would. I just don't know what I would take out. I would take out a 5-man incubi. I'd take out a 5-man incubi. I'd take the Grizzly trophies off.
What is it? It's twitch.tv
/ebit gaming. EIBIT.
Twitch.tv
/ebit gaming.
EBIT.
EIBIT.
Gaming?
Yep. 8-bit gaming.
Fuel.
It's just a name. I was trying to think of a cool name to like put a channel on.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here. I was like, oh, well, I've been living in Texas for 4 years, and you know, like what's cool about Texas? What are people talking about? I always hear that term. Like everything's been. They say it all the time, and so fast forward like a little bit a while ago. So I was like, you know, let me. Because I'm in the gaming industry, and I do that. It's like it's not a job, but it's like I turn into something bigger.
So it's turning into a lifestyle.
Yeah, almost like a lifestyle. So I've been running tournaments and events, not 40K, outside of this for 20 years. So I started like, you know, my first event was like a 4-man, you know, and it turned into something bigger. Now we get like over 1,000 people that come to my events.
Nice.
And we did the Texas Trios.
Yes, the Texas Trios are great.
So I was pivotal to make Texas Trio happen. Obviously, Bruce and Nate ran the actual Texas Trios event.
Yeah.
But the other half was me and my partner, and we owned that.
Okay.
So we had the whole thing put together. And then that's the reason why I started doing all this too. Because I've been playing 40K since 3rd edition. And so I was like, you know what, let me see if I can find something to make it work and have like a cool production thing for 40K. Because
no, I've always been a big proponent of like making 40K more mainstream, more mainstream, more of like an actual esport almost.
Yes.
And that's what was great about like the Atlantic or like the pro tabletop thing they ran like a couple years ago.
Yeah, no,
I believe that was amazing.
Yeah, and those guys have the same kind of thought process because
Yeah.
they've been running streams for like esports stuff too.
Yeah.
So that's how they came.
And that's how they wanted to set it up as an esport event.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
So, for me, that's the same thing for my goal. But I'm also toward, like, I like the grassroots feel too. On
Yeah.
certain things. And,
Yeah.
what I came from like fighting games.
Mhm.
It was what I've been running for a long time. And so fast forward, I was like, well, let me see what I can do to help 40K because I love 40K. I've been playing for a very long time,
Yeah.
but I just never did anything on the tournament aspect of it to try to get this out there. And I just looked up online with podcasts and YouTubers and streamers, and all of them have, a lot of them about talking about strategies and what's the next biggest thing and things like that. But nobody ever really do like live type tournaments.
Yeah.
It's all battle reports. It's all post-production kind of stuff.
You gotta get the nitty gritty.
Yes,
right there.
So I was trying to emulate like real sports, like football or
Yeah.
baseball, and this is kind of like the feel. And if you guys can see with the stream, that's the kind of look I was going for when I was putting all this together. And so far, I've gotten pretty good feedback, from the viewers at home. So I plan on continuing to do this and try to go as many events as I can.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, I'm only really able to stream whenever I'm at events for tabletop because who has this kind of? I don't have this kind of out, right? Like, that's not a normal thing I can do to squeeze anything in. So outside of EVID gaming is literally just a variety show. So I'm just literally playing all kinds of other games outside of when I go to events and do this stuff. I tried doing some like how-tos and stuff like that, but other people do it better and they've been doing it for a much longer time. So for me, I was like, I'll try, but I'm really more, focused on the tournament aspect and getting this type of gaming into like the masses.
Yeah.
So hopefully, but for EVID, I landed on that because I lived in Texas for a while, and so you know what, I'm gonna be here for a while. The Texas scene is really strong, and I think I can get a lot of content.
Yeah.
Just through Texas alone. And Dallas Open is like right here.
Yeah.
This is home base for us. So.
Yeah. Are you going to be at Lone Star by any chance or no?
Someone's asking me about Lone Star. Somebody was asking to see if I would go up to stream them. I mean, nobody from Lone Star's reached out to me, but then again.
So I should reach out and tell them that they should.
Sure. Let them know. But somebody was asking if I was going to do that. And I was like, well, I haven't heard anything yet. But I would like to. I think it'd be cool. I wouldn't, especially if it's anywhere in Texas.
Yeah. It's only like
2-3 hours?
No, Lone Star is in Dallas.
Oh, it's in Dallas.
It's in Dallas.
Okay, I'm thinking about awesome.
Alamo is going to be in a couple weeks.
Okay. Lone Star's in Dallas. Okay.
Yeah, it's late June, I think, June 25th or something.
Okay. Who's
running? It's FLG is running.
Oh, okay. If FLG's running Lone Star, so Nate's the one that's going to.
Yeah, Nate's TOing.
Okay,
That's
TOing.
correct.
So I think they have their own stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's FLG, they certainly have their own.
Okay.
Well, looks like I'm gonna go up against Drukari next round.
I can give you some tips.
So we got like a 10-man unit of Hellions.
Are the pairings posted by chance, or are you
see.
just guessing based off of the results?
Well, since I'm undefeated, he's the next one under me because I'm currently in.
Hey, MSI,
With
thank
no
you
other
for the
results yet,
subscription.
which-
I do
No other
appreciate
results are gonna jump
you
up.
subscribing. I
So
don't know if you
I'm
heard
so, like, this guy just jumped up
the
the
conversation I was having a little bit earlier about what we have
So,
going on
we're
here.
playing him.
I am
He has,
mostly a variety streamer, so I don't
warriors.
stream Warhammer
Or
that
maybe
often. I
vibrators.
try to, but mainly it's just through
Vibrators.
events. So
He's got a
I
bunch
do
of the,
appreciate this.
The like grotesques.
He is the liquefier.
Oh,
He's
no,
got the
Northern
Vibrators,
Painter.
but I've already played against them. so
Man,
I
that
beat
sucks.
I've already played against that. I beat that. But he's got
Because
bunch of
yeah,
others
you're
who
missing
do-
out, man. It would have been really awesome for you to check out this event.
How many damage do my energy cans do?
You too. I will say though, that, I guess that they're plus toughness. Are they random combat drugs or they're fixed?
Oh, let's find out. I mean, they're not going to be higher than T6, so.
Yeah, but yeah,
Because it might be T4, T5. But like, so he's got,
they might be able to dance outside of range.
he's got random combat drugs.
Random for both. Makes sense to me.
Random combat drugs, and then the Grave Lotus for the Hellions. What's that one?
That's-
Yeah, but are they part of a? Are you guys part of a team? Did you come here as a team
I'm
or?
on Team Battle Brothers, but like that's Sean Nathan's also on Team Battle Brothers, but it's more like just like a group
Group.
And
Okay.
just like an actual like hard-knit team.
Okay.
My
Yours is Team Texas. Right?
well, the code is Team Texas. I'm part of a local club called Redacted, and so
Okay, sure. Yep.
and so
I'm in the redacted.
yeah. So I think it's redacted because it used to be called Wax Society, and that had bad connotations.
Oh man.
When at all costs.
When at all costs. Like, come on, what's wrong with that?
So it's really awesome to have a group of guys. We have a group chat, and whenever a book comes out, it's like you just get a lot of takes from people, and it's really fun to just have somebody actually know something about every book, and just have someone that you can ping and ask a question on.
Being part of the redacted group is so strong and competitive level.
Yeah.
We got some new visitors. We got Matthew and Rocky. Rocky's the Dallas Open cameraman.
How's it going, man?
Round 4.
Yeah.
Rocky's also redacted. Or you got shoehorn in the redacted. Matthew, Rocky, and
Yeah,
Dallas.
this is the list I'm playing this next round.
Yeah, but I don't know how much help I actually am.
It's all good. Just let me know what you think.
So fight last on the Archon won't really matter, but just
Oh, this is
I was calling because I brought food.
Oh.
regular Scourge, no Shredder.
Oh, Rocky, you forgot your turn. Weird.
I know. It's okay.
We're still
So
streaming
he's got
live.
He's got five Raiders.
Viewers,
Yeah, 5 Raiders.
just stay live.
Also
But the microphone's off, right?
The microphone's on. Cool.
On?
On.
Well, that one up there is. This one's off.
Yeah. The viewers want the microphone on.
We give the people what they want.
There, because they want to hear all the little
Juicy secrets.
juicy secrets and interactions and.
So the only thing I would look out for is
Do you
the
have extra monster banners?
whenever you declare
I have
your
Oh, that's fine.
the minus
I'll
one,
get one.
the Belros indirect got into. I assume that they will be touch and cover, and they can get +2 to their cover save. Oh well. I mean, but then they're sitting at what
So
twos?
from 6 to
Oh, in San Antonio in 3
Yeah,
weeks?
fours.
Okay, cool,
Who's
cool.
got 4 of those?
That'd be awesome.
Both the bikes and the Hellions, I
Well,
think.
the bikes don't get covered, so
So what time is what time is
Because
They're bikes.
They're bikes.
well, the infantry get covered.
Agreed, Northern Painter. Yeah,
guess then the
Vince,
other ones will get
you know,
covered.
Vince has been,
So the Hellions are like jetpack infantry.
or getting back
Is that
into
how they're
events is such a hard
worded?
thing.
I don't
And
think so.
obviously this is a slow transition
I don't think they're
into it. And then,
If they aren't
you know, Dallas
infantry,
Open
they're like jet bikes,
being
then
one of the
for sure.
first is definitely a good sign
I
for
think they do get
the community as a whole.
I
And,
think they are
and
like
you know, as
like infantry apply.
just
I think
the
Hellions
community
apply.
period, you know,
Well, the
getting
bikes
like the
are.
vaccinations and,
Well, he'll do like +2
you know,
cover, so
working
they'll have a
towards the
3
herd immunity
yeah,
and
yeah.
such would allow people in general to come out to events as well.
Hellions are infantry, but they have a 5-up, so.
They have a 5 up, so yeah, so that's the D is the 4 up. Honestly, it's like, alright, cool. 3 shots, you're just going to 8-5.
So hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far. Obviously, you know, we're kind of on a lunch break. We're just kind of hanging out. We probably got a little bit about 40 more minutes until the actual next match. So we're just kind of sitting back, leaning back, and eating.
It's like, I'll just shoot them on objectives.
One of my friends brought me some food, so I'm just gonna munch on that too. While we just leave the stream on and just hang out. So,
he's either gonna come to me and I'm gonna kill him, or he's gonna
Travel.
stay away and I'm
Oh,
gonna
so
kill
you guys are okay? Northern Painter. That makes sense. You're in Alaska. That's awesome.
I guess.
So I'm not familiar with the Alaska community. Do you guys have events there often?
Oh
or-
my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're like, what's the cost of?
They're just gonna keep my phone. Yeah, I see how it is.
It's my phone now.
My phone now.
Loser gets to take the winner's phone. That's what I.
Dang, I
what
was
they
not
told
aware
me
of that,
before I
but
jumped on stream,
should've
so.
You're like, I agree to this.
I agree
I
with
want the
that.
phone.
I did not agree to that.
I
but
need to
then
buy a
again,
new phone anyway, so.
that's really good. Might makes right, you know what they say. So I'll just have to beat you again.
So next time we play, he has to lose to you to get his phone.
Yeah.
That's actually not priority target next round. The next round is sweep and clear.
It is.
Yeah, priority target is the last round is today.
Okay. Never mind.
So sweep and clear.
What's the second? What's the secondary on that one?
That's what we find out.
It is good, but I'm not gonna miss it.
Mission 32. Direct assault. You have to hold the objective from the center or in your opponent's zone. If you control both of them, you get 5 points. If you hold the one in the center, you
5
get 5.
objective mission.
It's a 5 objective mission.
Nice.
But it's like taking hold and it's objective clear, so it's the same thing on the objective. So we're basically so I'll be able to smooth opponents over on one objective and it's like I control this objective for the rest of the game. Yeah. I should be good on this mission versus Dark Eldar.
Make sure you kill the Hecatrix foe before it touches anything.
Yeah. Oh, it will die. They'll all die.
Dang, Matthew.
Like I said before, like my list is really good versus Dark Eldar.
It is.
This is the same list I've been playing for like 4 months, and it's just like the exact same list I've been playing for like 4 months, and it's just so well against everything.
Is it? Oh. Well, another reason I like the bomber is that you get like a 50-50 against, you know, players that have bad
Oh yeah,
matchups.
you go up against like a 10-man. Oh yeah, your bomber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, my bomber, I go up against like a 10-man Vanguard bet squad. It's like I pick up five more rules of Vanguard bets. Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Yo.
How do you deal with the super succubus?
The super succubus? It kills whatever it touches, and then my Inquisitor smites it. That's what happened in this game. It'll kill whatever it touches. You can't do it. You can't help that. But like, you kill everything else around it, then you just shoot it.
I would, yeah, it's hard because it usually charges and it also is naturally fight first. So a lot of these fight last abilities, the only one I think is the Judiciary, which is like the strict, like cannot fight until all other eligible units have fought or something.
Oh.
But no one's going to run a Judiciary for the Dark Eldar matchup because the Succubus is never going to run near that thing. So I think it just comes down to knowing where it is on the table at all times and being willing to make trades for it. If you can pop its transport, I mean, that's great, wherever it's sitting in. But until Games Workshop FAQs it will always trade up into anything that it touches.
Really?
I mean, I pay extra 15 points, but that's really an upgrade for the Blood Brides to be able to get additional AP, because you have to take that upgrade on the Succubus to get the upgrade on the Witches, the way the new book is worded. And so, but like at a 60-point model, it's kind of ridiculous. But it might be good to get used to it because, I mean, even if they nerf that Warlord trait, they're with the whip that can do 3 damage and mortals on 6s, you know, like 3 mortals on 6s to wound, like.
Yeah, the 3 damage of those, like.
It will always be a character that will trade up into whatever it touches, and so you just. Yeah, whatever. the whole Dark Eldar army seems to do that. So I guess teching in more bolters and stuff to clear the chaff out of the
So
transport.
as long as you're mindful of it and just know that it's there, it's like, hey, it's.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have much to say about how to counter it. It's not. It ignores Overwatch. It can reroll wounds. It can be AP2. It's just
the murder succubus, she's just gonna kill whatever she touches. It's just like what you need to do is play around her and just like be like, alright, she's gonna kill what she touches, so I'm only gonna let her touch this.
Yeah, and then being really like she does have a 6-inch consolidate afterwards, but if you leave it like a really unjuicy target where right on the center, like Tropes will trade up for that 100-point unit, but I don't really want to trade my Succubus for that 100-point unit.
Like if I had been able to get the priest with 2 of them, we'll say they might have been able to live.
But even
then, it's like mine.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I will say that she does fall over to a stiff priest. I mean, so I mean, like Assault Intercessor, even regular Intercessors, heck. I mean, like she's T3 with a 4-up invuln, 5 wounds, and
she'll die if you put the if you can attack her, she'll die.
Yeah. So
just like, and she got into my Inquisitor. My Inquisitor's just like smite. Castigation.
So one other, I guess, tip, I don't know if this is really a tip, but like if you know that Succubus is going to charge that turn, like making it really unattractive for me if I have 2 charges going on, right? Because the Succubus will die, I really don't want to lose that. Yeah. And so if you're playing against a Succubus, there is a little bit of a target.
Make it so that he has to fight with something first.
Yeah, or make it like a situation where I have 2 really important charges that I need to fight first in, and not like almost like forcing to pick, you know, like you have to be flexible. Like, okay,
like you want to charge those Skitarii, you didn't want to charge the guy, because like you charge the Manipulus. I was like, are you interrupt with the Inquisitor, or you fight the priest first? Priest will interrupt.
Yeah,
or you fight the Manipulus will interrupt.
And there's nothing really durable, with the exception of the Covens in the Dark Eldar book. And so it's like even an 8-man Incubi squad, like if they're charging Marines as well, you know, let's say
if it's turn 2, so it's tactical doctrine, they're going to be hitting you on 6s, winning you on 3s, but then it's like AP1, AP2.
Yeah, so it's like basically just being able to be flexible enough when you come to the table to say, I'm going to let my opponent pick the flank that they're going, but I'm going to easily respond to the other one. What's going on? I don't know, that's my 2 cents until it gets backed. But even after it gets backed, it will be less fun. It will be less unfair at the table, but
You still have to.
in my opinion, nothing fundamentally about strategically how you play against it is going to change because
It's still like you still have to deal with the dark hunts, you still have to deal with this, you still have to deal with all the
and the succubus is still going to do like
damage. She's still gonna do damage.
7 mortal wounds. 6 mortal wounds, and then attack into you after with the remaining attacks. Like no character is going to survive against that, and
Not unless you roll really bad.
and then. I mean, even a squad, I don't know what takes 6 mortal wounds and like 5 saves that are 2 damage, minus 1 or 2, and does okay afterwards.
That's true.
Electric priest.
It's a lot of it's a lot more wounds, and on top of that, it's just a lot of.
Get the guy through it.
Yeah.
A lot of dice you gotta go through.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I mean, anything that could take the damage would be worth the points of having to deal with it.
Yeah.
You can throw like a fire point model on it, but who wants it?
I mean, Mark was like, oh, Succubus doesn't do well in the Knights. And I'm like, yeah, but once you get
Knights don't do well in the Dark Eldar.
Yeah, but also it's like, it's a 60-point model. I mean, like,
Is it worth?
we did the math, right? It's like you have to do like, 6 wounds to a Knight to make it worth it to equal points trade. I know that's not how 40k works, but like when you think about the investment, and in like a pure Knights matchup, I mean, the Succubus is going to get, with reroll wounds, something north of like 5 to 10 saves against a Knight, and at -1, that's 5 to 10 damage. It's just like,
There's a lot of value in this.
and then Incubi and stuff are going to charge into that too. It's going to be a bad time.
Any questions yet?
Grandma, I ain't no coward.
I think everybody's taking lunch right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit, taking lunch right now.
We dropped some viewers, but not too bad. Not too bad. I think they're just waiting for.
Just waiting for the excitement to happen.
They wait for more dice
For
to get
dice.
around.
Oh, we don't roll dice. We don't roll dice.
More dice to get around.
And that is a cheese. We got a cheese, good sir.
Some dice hammer.
I said, yeah.
Death Guard.
That's awesome, Northern. It's good to be able to run 3 GTs throughout the year in your area. Hopefully, with COVID getting more like controlled, I guess would be the word. You guys will see more events up there in Alaska. It looks like 2019 was like the last time everybody saw any kind of events, and actually, Evo ran last year before. Not Evo. It's
LVO?
Open LVO. Yeah, LVO ran right before COVID.
Yep.
So that was really the last big event before
It's
everything
got-
went to shutdown.
March 2020, yeah, right? Because I remember I had already bought tickets. I was going out to Phoenix for the Scorched Earth Open, and the whole GamesCon got canceled. And I hope
There was like a major I was going to be going to, and then it got canceled like the week before. It's like,
yeah.
I had such a good listen, like in the 8th edition, because like Admech was so broke because we didn't get the points adjustment yet.
Oh yeah,
I was running like 6 of the transports, like 2 units of 10 melee priests. My list was so amazing in the 8th edition. Then there was no event, so I couldn't just win.
I wanted the vibro cannon list to shine. I think if I had gotten that, I mean that's cocky. I don't know how I would have done.
I got a taste of that, my bro.
Oh yeah, the vibro cannon. I was like, I don't think the world ever it popped up as like being a 2nd or 3rd place finisher like at some different GTs, but like everyone I played against who actually experienced, they're like, this is absolutely toxic. Like this is
crazy. I played that today.
It's because all the vibros split up into their separate units, and so they each get D3 shots, and that was before the modifiers to cap on wounding too. So you can get up to +2 to wound. So your strength 7 -3, 2 damage, +2 to wound, everything. And you're spraying, and then they're 35-point models. There were 35-point models, 5 wounds, T5, 4 up armor,
And so just the amount of investment, it's like I killed 3 vibro cannons that turn. I'm like, I lost 135 points, and then like all my grotesques are running up the board. It was just I wish I had been able to run a G with that list, but now everything got super spiked in points, and Soup is no longer alive. So unless you're Sean, and then you can run whatever the heck you want with a GT. So
Yeah. That's Sean Naden. Sean Naden and Sean Naden. Can raiders carry like things from different companies?
yes, I can. Any transport can carry any Drukhari model.
Cool. Didn't know if they were like Space Marine rounds or whatever.
Stockfire said your list at the end of 8th was absolutely disgusting.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I don't know what the general consensus. I don't know what you feel about after having a little taste of, more than enough of a taste of 9th. Reduced board sizes, reduced army sizes.
I'm enjoying
How
it.
do you feel about it?
I'm enjoying it. Like I think you should still give their people the full 3 hours. We're only getting 2.5 hours per round of this event, but because like the last 30 to 15 minutes like really make the difference. Like my first round, my opponent played pretty slow, so we only got through 3 rounds. But bottom of my round 3, he had like 4 units left on the table. So basically, like if we played 4 rounds 4 and 5, it would have taken 15 minutes. It would have taken 15 minutes, if that, for me to just table him. And then I would have gotten like 90 something points instead of 59.
I think at first I really felt it just because I was really emotionally attached to my list, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to run all
I mean,
my
like
models that
people
I
don't like
hated.
change. People do
Yeah.
not like change.
But I think this is better for the game.
It is better for the
I
game.
think
Like the
it's
game is much more balanced. It's much more it's much more mission based than it is like just like I kill more, I hold more.
Yeah, and I really like how it's a lot more accessible for people to get into the hobby.
Yes.
I think because you can actually potentially play this on occasion table now. At 4 foot by 6 foot, it was really hard, but I feel like you might have somebody out there with a 5 foot long table that they can.
It's a lot easier. You can fit more tables into like an event. Like if it wasn't for COVID, like you could fit more tables into an event. You don't need as many. The mats are a little smaller, so hey, every 5 tables, that's an extra table you can get in there.
And because armies are smaller, it's a lot easier to buy and paint and play a 1,000-point game, you know, or even like
even 2,000 points is a lot less.
Like the combat patrol box has like a Ravager for Dark Eldar, a Ravager, 10 Kabbalites, an Archon, 5 Incubi, and maybe a Raider. Like it really has like it's a combat patrol box. It's roughly around 500 points, but like if you had 2 combat patrol boxes and like 3 boxes of something else, you could run a really strong 1,000 point list for Dark Eldar, and 3 combat patrols get you a playable, list. So I think it's like, okay, it used to be an army was a solid, $800-900 investment, and now you can actually get in you can start playing games at 150, with your friends.
True, that's true.
And so I think in terms of like stores and modeling
And in terms of like balance, the game is much more balanced than it was ever in 8th or 7th edition. It's like there's so many viable armies. Like right now.
Right now, I don't know.
So right now, Dark Eldar.
Looking at the 90% win rate of Dark Eldar.
Before Dark Eldar, it was Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, can you deal with Dark Eldar and everything else?
Not biased to my Dark Eldar player, but I think that once people understand they need to change their list.
I think, but here's the thing. I think most people at this event have tailored their list to try and take on Dark Eldar.
At least, I think it just needs a little bit more. I think they need to realize, like, okay, if everyone's tailoring the same amount, then, like, Stormbolter shots, I hate them, but, like, literally the death of my army. Like, everything's got a 4...
Heavy Summers.
Everything's got a
Heavy
4
Summers
armor
are the
and
best
it's
gun
T3.
in the Imperium.
And for the last year, what it feels like has been like, I don't want to shoot my Stormbolters at Marines with their 2-up armor on everything.
Yep.
And
Well, the problem is that there's still so many Marine players. We have to be able to play Marines. If you run up in Marines round 1, like some random guy who's playing Marines, you have to be able to beat that Marine player before you go up into like the other random stuff.
yeah, but that usually those first couple of rounds, you have to, at a GT, you kind of have to try to win based on being the better player, regardless of matchup,
Yes.
because there will always be that skew, like.
Yeah, and that's what I try and do with my list. Is basically I consistently try and score like hundreds and 90 points wins. So I'm missing the list that just win by a little bit. The skew list. I try and dodge the skew lists. I'm trying to play the meta list because that's what my list is designed to play against. Because like knights are a pain. If I were playing against knights on this table, It would be
a rough time for you.
pain, a very rough time, because this is like I'm just hiding behind ruins, and it's just like I'm just taking pot shots at you. And it's just like I can outplay a night player, but sometimes you just make your 4 pinful saves, and it's like I do not win this game.
Sometimes you can't beat through the dice.
Sometimes you can't. Like I lost the game last week at the GCA I was at because I could not. My opponent was playing the like 9 dreadnought, 9 imperial, 9 Custodes dreadnoughts, or 9 or 7 Custodes dreadnoughts, and it's just like he did not
Make
he
all
did
your
not
fours.
fail his saves, and he was making 6 of Feel No Pain, and it was just like I did not roll enough damage on them and did not roll hits on them, and it's just like I lose this game.
I
played it well, but I still lost the game because of the dice.
I think it goes a long way to show that the most powerful at the end of 8th traits to take on most armies was the Salamander trait, or just the reroll 1 hit into 1 wound. And it's crazy how much more, like, and this is something that it's like when you're list building or when you're bringing an event, like a list to an event, you have so many different resources that you have to take into account. You have to think about, okay, are those CP worth it? You know, are these points spent on this unit worth it?
Is it worth CPing the damage roll?
Or even just like in list creation, you have to ask these questions about like what is worth to spend points and CP on. And I think it was really telling that to sacrifice a lot of people were sacrificing CP specifically to get this like this Salamander trait, this simple reroll 1 to hit, 1 to wound, and how much more important that was than busted stratagems or anything. Just like the increased efficiency and the reliability, and that goes to build a list that's good for you, you know, not just like the meta list, because it's like if you're comfortable and you know what you need to reroll and you know what targets you need to go after. Yeah, it's like the same thing as like it's a safety net to have all these rerolls. It's consistency, and that's what you want to bring to a list, is because if you show up and you're consistent, even if you know your list is 80% of the meta top list, if you're playing it at 100%, then you're going to do better than somebody